The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
How's it going, everybody? Episode 32. Man, I can't believe we're actually already at 32. So as you can see, I am Wolf, as always, your host. I got my co-host tonight with Walrus. Shark might be jumping on. He's feeling a little under the weather. And 8-Ball is not going to be joining us tonight because apparently he has men falling through his roof right now. AKA repair people are trying to repair shit.
He may make an appearance, we don't know.
Yeah, he might. I am cameraless, as always, for right now, as the entire studio behind me is buried in another room as I'm trying to redo this room. But for next show in 2 weeks, we will be back up to the way we normally are, and hopefully we'll have the full panel at that time, maybe even some guests. I have reached out to 2 of the Star Citizen creators I know, now that they've had enough time to fuck around with 4.8 and make the content they need to make. Because all the ships that were going to come out have come out, they might be able, at least one of them might be able to hop in. So fingers crossed we'll get on that. We also all were able to play some gameplay and record, and we're going to have a full form video that we will drop on this channel once I actually next weekend get some time to edit the damn thing. So that should be some fun stuff. Let's go ahead and get into it. We got our 2-week roundup that we're going to jump into real quickly. So we're going to start with the television news that kind of shot down in the last 2 weeks. So Stephen Colbert finally decided to fuck off into the ether away from his show that should have been canceled a long time ago because he wasn't funny and fucking sucked to begin with. So that happened. So now he's going to go off to greener pastures and fuck up Lord of the Rings is the next plan, apparently. With his giving his son a chance to write. Bring on the nepotism. Good old Hollywood.
Hey, I still say the best thing that he's done is get the Ben and Jerry's ice cream, American Dream. It's the best one out of all of them. Just
I gotta kind of agree with you on that one. When I ate sweets, that was a pretty good one. Honestly, I gotta hand Ben and Jerry's some credit, man. I have not actually think of a flavor I've tried from them that I didn't enjoy. I mean, some were better than others.
Well, I mean, it's also the fact that it's ice cream. I mean, as a resident fat guy, you gotta like it in all of its forms.
Yeah, that's why I try to stay away from it. I've been on the no sugar cleanse for a while now, and I don't intend to go back. Because once you've dropped sugar out of your life and you even bring a little bit back in, oh my God, you feel like dog shit the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is not fun. On other news, the 79th annual Hollywood Goes to France and Sucks and Fucks Each Other Off Festival, a.k.a. the Cannes Festival, just ended. Or as I call it, the Great French Suck-Off. And nothing notable happened. Because, let's face it, most of the films that are probably being shown there, we weren't going to give a shit about to begin with. Half of those movies lately are just basically, let's kiss ass so we can get, up for running for the Oscars.
And the world would be better without it.
Yeah. The 2026 Crunchyroll Anime Awards just happened. And out of the crowning achievements of the year, My Hero Academia's final season won Anime of the Year, while Demon Slayer Infinity Castle took Film of the Year. And other major wins of note, Solo Leveling Season 2 won for Best Action and Best Animation, and The Apothecary Diaries won for Best Drama. I kind of agree with all those.
Yeah. Besides the My Hero Academia one, those are actually all pretty solid nomination. Or actually, they got the awards, so excuse me.
Oh, no, I agree with the My Hero Academia one, because everything else that was up for the running, I saw all of them, and Academia, unlike most of the shit in Hollywood we've seen lately, actually knew how to properly finish a fucking anime. It gave it a good ending. Like, I couldn't really see anything happening more that would have kicked it over, because you've got all the spinoffs they're going to do, like Vigilantes and all those. So you would, in a sense, be fucking up those if you did any more than what they did do. That said, before anybody jumps up my ass, I have not read the manga, so I don't know how that ended. I have to go by the anime. I will eventually read the manga when I have the goddamn time.
See, maybe that's the way I should go, do the manga instead, because I can't stand the Japanese voice actor for Midoriya. He's a whiny little bitch the entire time. And if he's going to be a whiny little bitch,
okay,
I'd rather read
then
it than listen to it.
I will say this then. And yes, I'll get crucified too. But if you can't stand the Japanese voice actor, just watch the dub then. Truthfully, the last season, watching it dubbed and watching it subtitled, like watching both, the dubbing didn't really do that bad of a job. Unlike most other animes where the subtitle and the dubbing is so fucking far off from each other, Academia didn't do that bad of a job. Like, really, there isn't a whole lot of deviation from, the translation over. On anime news continuation, One Piece live action season 3 if I can talk. Netflix unveiled that the third season of the live action series will officially adapt the legendary Alabasta arc. The show is currently in production in South Africa with a slated release of 2027. And as we said in a previous show and previous things that Netflix had released, they are going to be turning out a season per year now, so we won't have a nice big gap. So hopefully they don't run into any issues and they can live up to that. And hopefully soon, since they are already in production, we might actually get some more little tidbits sprinkled here and there of who's joining the cast, especially for like the seasons moving forward after the Alabasta arc. On legal news dealing with anime, Kenjiro Suda, star of Jujutsu Kaisen, filed a lawsuit against TikTok for unauthorized AI voice cloning. And it's a big one. He is seeking serious amounts of damage. I wish him the best. I hope it comes true, because something like this could start the ball rolling to set a precedence against unauthorized AI use of voice cloning.
Hey, what's up, Entity? Welcome
What's
back.
going on, Entity? I just said, man, you noticed that faster than me. I just saw the pop on my side. All right, on another news, we'll hop into some gaming news very quickly. Take-Two's recent investor call reaffirmed that Grand Theft Auto 6 remains on track for its highly anticipated November 19th release date. So the rumors of it being kind of kicked off potentially are not true to their word, that it actually might still be slated to stay on time, which would explain why other games like Squadron 42 and all of them are thinking about rolling back their dates, because let's face it, nobody wants to release at the same fucking time as a GTA game. You will be overshadowed and nobody will be playing you. Because if the GTA game's good, everybody's going to be playing GTA.
It used to be that way with Call of Duty. People would, make sure not put their games out when Call of Duty was about to come out. But now it's just such a shit show that they're like, hey, we're going to wait until Call of Duty comes out, and then we're going to release.
Get it correct. It's no longer Call of Duty. It's COD Fortnite.
Okay.
With all their stupid fucking skins. That game is so effing lame now. I mean, Jesus. I watched some videos of it just because it's funny. Like, when you got the guy that's just running around knifing the fuck out of people, pissing them all off, I kind of do enjoy that. But at the same time, I'm watching the skins and I'm watching the gameplay. I'm just like, this is dog shit compared to where that game used to be.
Well, I mean, now you got, Nicki Minaj, and dare I say it, you probably got a Sydney Sweeney coming up. Like all kinds of really stupid shit.
Hey, if the jiggle physics are good, I could see that one being popular.
Oh, I'm not saying that they wouldn't be popular. I'm just saying that for your war nerd, you're gonna be like, hey, what's going on here? But that's no longer the game anymore. Now it's jiggle physics and how much can we shill. Yep.
And that's it for the gaming news, except for our main subject of the 2-week roundup, which we will get to in a second. On the news of slop tubers and drama bullshit. we do have an update in a single case. It seems like, da-da-da-da, Jabba the Hutt has lost her lawsuit. So court filing surfaced for a few days ago showing that Frogan the Tard failed to respond or appear in court, which led to a default summary judgment being entered by the court clerk. Of course, Batty Boom Batty Fatty here, while scarfing more of the Big Macs she probably used with all the people that were dumb enough to give her $36K in donations for her legal funds, literally lied to everybody saying, it's not over, the lawsuit's not over, it's not over. Bitch, that's exactly what a default judgment is. It means you were so goddamn stupid, you couldn't literally just tell the court, I need more time. You instead just kept feeding your fat fucking face. And guess what? They said, we're tired of dealing with this bitch. She literally for months hid from our freaking processors, now wants to string along and string along. A year has gone by, fuck this bitch. Boom. Judgment in the favor of Ethan Klein. Whether you like Ethan Klein or not, I kind of like this whole point, mainly because she is a disgusting, deplorable piece of shit. And it's about time karma hits one of these streaming tards up across the side of the face. Here's the best part. Because by defaulting, Frogan the Hutt essentially waived her fair use defenses, leaving damages as the only remaining issue. This means she is potentially liable for all significant financial penalties, including the other Ethan Klein's legal fees, including loss of monetary value, basically the money she took from diverting audience views. And here's the best part. Because she wavered under the defense of fair use, it makes her ineligible to get this covered under a bankruptcy filing. She is stuck with this.
So, refresh my memory on what she did and what her whole deal is.
Okay, so Ethan Klein, who I don't really care for, just because as much as he bitches about people going ballistic on him and his wife and the snark Redditors going after them, his fucking community does the same goddamn thing to anybody else that also does that. Yes, and Shark has actually jumped in just to say hi. Yes, it does set a precedence. And that's the one thing I'm loving about this lawsuit is, again, it is setting a precedence nobody has done yet. So now all these people that talk shit and want to defame people, if they now know that there are cause has an effect. So basically what happened was, for a while, Ethan Klein's family was getting attacked. So here's where I think they crossed the line. You could go on and defame somebody all you want, because in America it's very hard to prove a defamation suit. You can go against any adult. These assholes went indirectly through CPS to his kids. You don't fuck with someone's kids. Plain and simple. Kids are off limits. They did that. So he decided to play 3D chess with them. He let it be known through Reddit and all the forums that he was going to make a content nuke video on everyone's favorite Terry-loving asshat, Hassan Peckerwood. He knew that his orbiters were going to maliciously go, hey, when this video drops, I'm going to be watching it live. Come watch it on my channel. Fuck him. Don't give him any of the views and money for it. In so little words or less, they pretty much said that. Some of them almost said that directly. So what he did, without their knowledge, is prior to the video being released on YouTube, he copyrighted it and filed it with the Library of Congress.
Whoa.
So the minute they not only reacted to it, he knew they were going to react to it without literally pausing it. Literally 4 people watched the video in its entirety, did not pause, did not say shit, did not interject, literally stole the video. They did not do fair use at all. They maliciously took it. He then hit him with copyright, and he hit him with a copyright license, all 4 of them. So it was one guy, I forget his name, and I think he dropped him out of it. Denims, who's basically, you know, one of those I suck a sans pecker all the time. Frogi Yogi here. And some worthless white trash pothead called Casey Tron who's nasty as fuck. And literally smokes so much dope in her stream, it's amazing her lungs haven't collapsed. Well, Casey Tron settled out and gave all of her money all of them did the same thing. They started gives and goes and all these stupid fucking fund my legal fees, he's harassing me. Yeah. Well, Casey Tron basically, Casey Tron had to release an apology and handed over all that money to Ethan Klein. Denims and Frogi Yogi are still in it. Well, now Frogi Yogi just lost. So now Denims is next. And the best part about the whole damn situation is, going to Discovery, he brought up charges and went after Reddit itself for all of the H3 Snark Reddit moderators, solely so the moderators, their real names will come out in Discovery. And those fuckers are panicking because all they are is a bunch of fat, balding fucktards with limp dicks who hide behind their computer screens. And now they can't.
I agree with you, Shark. Grimace doesn't need any of that heat.
Hey, it was the best picture. I couldn't find the AI one of her surrounded by funny Big Macs looking like Jabba the Slut. So it was the best one I could find.
I mean, it was a hilarious video, but I mean, Grimace doesn't deserve that. He doesn't.
So that is the slop tuber news. Sadly, we did unfortunately lose a few people during the last 2 weeks. So I am actually going to, let's see here. Let me go to here. And I don't know if it's going to allow me to cycle through these, so I may have to bring them up one at a time. We lost Eric Legrand, who was the voice of Vegeta and Saint Seiya. I don't know the specifics on some of these. Shark sends a lot of these to me when I'm working, so I try to save what I can. Let me see if I can just do share screen and bring up.
Hey, I tried to send you the ones that I find, just to find out that you already knew about them like 90% of the time.
Yeah, see, that one's not sharing what I want. Let me do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give me a second here, and like I said, we're not professionals. I needed to get the actual screen up before I went screen share. There we go. Okay. We also did lose, let me shrink this down here. Tom Kane. We also lost him, another great voice actor.
Admiral Yularen.
Yep.
And the opening credits.
Yep. My fault. I am fast on. You're good, Shark. Like I said, it's also my fault for not. A lot of them don't come with research, so I like it when we get ones like this one. We lost Stanislawa Selenska. She actually did the voice for Ursula in The Little Mermaid, Morgana in The Little Mermaid 2, Mama Odie in The Princess of the Frog, Flo in both Cars movies, and Stormella and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, another legendary. I mean, Jesus Christ, the voice of fucking Ursula.
Oh, wow, the original one. Wow.
Yeah, the original Ursula and freaking Flo in both Cars movies. So
I was maybe more the original Rudolph, but yes.
Oh yeah, no, that's not. Yeah, no, this woman when I did a little bit, it blew my mind. Like how many years and how many voices she did. Like these are just the big ones people would know. There's a ton of smaller voice work. We lost Takahiro Fujiwara, who was the voice of Kogiri in My Hero Academia and Pippin in Berserk. 43, man. Like I was telling Shark, these last 2 weeks, a fuck ton of voice actors. It's like, what the hell is going on with voice actors? Like, we still got 2 more that are just voice actors. Sadly, we also did lose Donald Gibb, who was most known for being Ogre in the Nerds movies. And, of course, also Jean-Claude Van Damme's best friend in the movie Bloodsport. And then the weird part is Donald Gibb was just at a reunion at a convention. And looked fine to everybody. We also lost legendary voice actress Wakana Yamazaki, who voiced several of the Japanese characters for One Piece. And then the last one we sadly lost was Bernat Rousseau, which you can see by the photos, a ton of voices were him. In both the... He did a few in the actual English versions, and then a lot of these voices you'll recognize from other characters. He did the French voiceovers for them.
And I just sent you one if you didn't already have him.
Let me see here. Let me go ahead and close that out. Bring us back up here. Let me see what you sent here. Oh, yes. I don't have a way of bringing it up from Discord that's going to look right. But, yeah, I did actually just hear about Kyle Busch passing away, I want to say, the other night.
Yeah, he passed away, Thursday evening due to complications with pneumonia that evolved into sepsis.
Oh, Jesus. God, how the hell do you... I hate to say it, but that kind of makes you wonder, how do you let it get that bad?
It was very sudden from what the family had said.
Damn. Well, on sombering note, we do have two more things to go through on our roundup. One is, again, a little bit of sad news. And then one is something I found kind of funny. We don't really like touching politics here. But considering the race for mayor in LA kind of affects the entire Hollywood machine, I've been kind of paying good attention to that. And also I think Karen Bass is one of the most inept lying asshats I've ever seen in my life. And right now, she's been giving a good run for her money by this guy by the name of Spencer Pratt, who is an independent. So an independent is actually giving a seating Democrat a pretty good run for money, and he is a master. Whoever is running his campaign is a genius. So they released a video the other day that I have not watched all of it. I watched the first few seconds with laughing my ass off, and I was getting to a stop, so I had to turn it off. But they made a parody of the Lego movie Everything is Awesome. That's called Everything is Awful. And we're going to take a look at it. All right, let me get this up to full screen.
Everything is awful. Everything is hell when you're part of the scene. Karen Bass is awful and burning down our streets. Dirty needles, human waste. We just named two awful things: a stolen car, a burned down house. You know what's awful? Everything. Moms in shock, hit the locks. A camp of addicts down the block. Lots of tents, a very big mess. Awful scenes are not the best. Camps, traps, and crap. They're awful. Crack, smack, and shacks. They're awful. Slums, and skunk, and bums. That's awful. Everything you see or smell or touch is awful.
This is so good.
This is awful. Everything is hell when you're part of a scene. Everything is awful.
Oh,
It's just
man.
killing our dreams.
This is perfect.
Wait, somebody's fighting back now. Standing up and taking flack now.
So to add a little bit of retrospect for people that don't know, he got into the race because his entire home burned down in the Palisades fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's exposing this whole town.
Sharks go best shit ever.
Corrupt machine. Somebody's gotta clean this scene. Let's go. Truth, proof, and receipts. Not awful. Fight, light, and making things right. Not awful. One man, a plan, and he won't quit. Not awful. Spencer Pratt is done with all of this awful. Spencer Pratt is Everything gets better when you fight for the scene. Spencer Pratt is rising. He's gonna save LA's dreams. Everything gets better when somebody stands up and refuses.
Dude, what blows my mind, it literally looks like it was made by the people that did Lego Movie.
Yeah, straight up.
With all of this shit.
Was this made by his team?
Yeah, they released it as a campaign commercial.
That's hilarious. Like, at first I was like, okay, this is too good for it to actually come from a candidate. But
Oh, I
no, the
know.
fact it came from his team, like, that shit's
Well,
good.
the part that I love the most is like you look at this and you look at everything he said in the debates and anything when it comes to this guy. He's not slandering her or the person running against her, the two others. He's literally using their entire record of shit against them. Literally making them basically show how big of liars they are. It's like you're either a liar or you're delusional as fuck. Both are not what you want in anybody sitting running a city.
No.
So yeah, no, I gotta hand it to him, man. It's genius. It's fucking genius.
I mean, I hadn't heard about him until today, and I already want to vote for him.
I know.
Like, shit.
Oh man. All right,
I mean,
so
between that and voting for Brandon Herrera,
yeah. So out of the other last bit of news we had that kind of hit this week, dropped the other day. And for me, it's kind of a sombering news. But this came from Bungie on May 21st. Now, I was a alpha player for Destiny 1 and played all the way through to Destiny 2 up until the very last campaign. And I just kind of stopped because it wasn't that the game got bad. It wasn't anything new. And it's now coming to light that a lot of the developing team had great ambitions and ideas of where they wanted to take it. And, of course, it all got shot down by the wanking fucktard that runs Bungie. Because he's all about sucking that Sony dick and giving them as much money as possible with as little substance to begin with. He's basically not a game developer. He's a money crunchy number douche. So I'm going to read this real quickly because it was a beautiful thing and it hits some points. But what I also love is what they did say. So for almost 12 years, we have had the joy and honor to explore the Destiny universe with you all. Through all the ups and downs, surprises and triumphs, building Destiny alongside our players has been a monumental privilege. While our love for Destiny 2 has not changed, it has become clear that after the final shape, we have reached the time for our shared worlds in Destiny to live beyond Destiny 2. So that's an interesting way of wording it, to live beyond. As our focus turns towards a new beginning for Bungie, we will begin work incubating our next games. To that end, on June 9th, 2026, we will release the final live service content update for Destiny 2 to begin the new journey as a studio. Through active development may be concluding, here's the best part that I gotta hand Bungie. We will ensure that Destiny 2 remains playable, just as the original Destiny is today. So for those of y'all that don't know, Destiny 1, even though it doesn't get any more updates or anything, you can still download it and play the whole goddamn thing for free. Even though it's 20 years old, the servers are still live.
Oh, wow,
They're going to do the
same
they're going to do the same for Destiny 2. Many changes in this final update will aim to ensure that Destiny 2 is a welcoming place for players to return to. We're proud of Destiny 2, the places it took us, and the legacy it has created. Because of you all, our universe is vast, built on years of shared stories, adventures, and victories. From the Cosmodrome to the Pale Heart to the Lawless Frontier, we have forged lifelong memories and friendships with you all. We are incredibly grateful to everyone who made that journey with us. From the deepest parts of our hearts, thank you. We will see you in the stars. I'm sad to see it kind of end, but I'm hopeful because maybe it can direct them because Marathon's not doing that great. So maybe this is a smart decision to shut down what's eating money, shut down the other thing that's eating money, and center the money towards something new. But like I said, it's amazing that they will keep both servers up and running for everybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah, think about how many fucking games don't do that. They're just like, we're done, fuck off.
Well, I was surprised that I was Zenith: The Last City that I was super big into. It was a VR game. It was awesome. You should check it out. Its servers, they're basically very similar. They concluded doing updates to it, but the servers are still up. You can still play both on Infinite Realms and The Last City. So I thought that was awesome. I still jump in from time to time. So
And see, that's
cool to
honestly,
see that for Destiny too.
Yeah, and see, that's, to my opinion, that's where the Stop Killing Games initiative was trying to go, which is, even if the studio does not want to keep the servers up, even if they're done with it, release the source code so people can create their own servers and just keep it going. As long as people are not monetizing from your creation, there really should be no reason to say, fuck you, no. I mean, there's tons of games that have stayed alive. Hell, some of them have even brought new life into them from people creating the servers. I'm trying to think of, there was one racing game a few years ago. It might have been one of the Need for Speed games that they shut it all down, but left the source code open, and people have literally not only kept those servers for they can race against friends, they've actually added more cities, more cars. They've continued it on their own free time, expanding what NFS decided not to.
Well, I mean, the first thing for me that comes to mind is the greatest game of all time, Arma 3. The only reason that thing's been going on since 2013 reliably is because of the modders and
not even just
servers out there.
If you think about it, not even just Arma, DayZ and Rust, do the same thing. I mean, if there is a passion in the community, why not give them the tools to continue it? Because down the road, if you keep them alive, in a sense, playing what they love, and you secretly in the background, like for Destiny, create a Destiny 3 slowly, quietly, you will have an explosion of already built-in audience waiting for it. It's stupid to just kill something completely if it's popular, all because the number crunchers don't see it. That's just dumb. That's like, handing billion-dollar IPs to people that have never played the games or read the books and don't give a fuck about it. Hollywood. On that note, let's laugh a little.
Good.
Woman nearly decapitated after flying turtle smashes into her car windshield. This place feels like it's a gerbil queef away from an X-Files episode.
That one didn't hit as much for me. I wasn't a big X-Files fan.
That's it. You're no longer on the show. Fuck off.
Damn it.
This is how a speed limit sign in Texas should be broken down. Right lane, 75 to 85. Middle lane, 80 to 90. Left lane, 90 plus. Passing lane, good fucking luck. Y'all drive however fast your truck, coffee, and faith will allow. Unspoken Texas rules. 5 over. Howdy, officer. 10 over. You're doing fine. 15 over. Getting a little brave there. 20 over. Are you trying to meet Jesus? Sun, wind, rain, hail, or dust, we drive through it because this is Texas.
Fair.
Welcome to Texas, where speed limits are more like suggestions and barbecue is a contact sport.
Amen.
Captain Picard, I'd like you to meet my girlfriend. You can do better. Sir, just give her a chance. I was talking to her.
Oh, damn. Damn.
That one's for you, Shark. I don't know me. I always fucking hated Wesley Crusher. I never liked him.
No, see, I was the other way. I did kind of like him, even though he's kind of a whiny bitch. I'd like to see him get his own show, get his own universe.
Well, not now, because Will Wheaton is kind of a fucking twat waffle.
Yes.
Yeah, he personally is a schmuck now. No, I couldn't stand Will Wheaton because right at the same time we got Will Wheaton, we got Worf's pussy son. So it was like two wusses on the same ship as kids was kind of enough for me. It was one wuss too much.
Yeah, that one never made sense to me at all.
Yeah. Axl Rose's transformation into Mama Fratelli is almost complete.
Almost.
That's-
That's some funny shit
I was
right
trying
there.
to find another one. There was another one where they had Axl Rose standing next to Mickey Rooney,
Okay.
and it said, "Why do these two old men look like a older lesbian couple now?"
Oh yeah, I did see that. I know exactly what you're talking about. That shit was funny, man.
When your fart smells like death and you're waiting for your buddy to smell it. I got some of the. Now we're getting into a little bit more ones. Watch out, those are street tacos.
Uh-oh. Hey, we're 35 minutes in. We can do a little bit of these.
Miss Frizzle took her kids to O Block.
Oh no. That's some education for you.
Vegan, the chicken you're eating had a family. Me, that's why I ordered the family bucket. No one gets left behind.
Family. That's pretty good.
The original, the Netflix remake.
Oh man.
Like I said, I was going to go hard on that last one.
Oh man. That's funny, dude.
All right, so I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant. So as I'm looking through YouTube and things come across my feed, first of all, I'm sick of the ungodly relenting amount of AI bullshit that is out there now. Like, I am seriously so sick of these fucking channels that do no effort. Like, you click on it and it looks like it's going to be a documentary or something, and all it is non-moving AI-generated pixelated images coming across the screen with an AI-generated monologue.
Yes, I hate those.
It's dog shit.
Why? And then they get all these views, all these subscribers. Like,
Because-
people are watching them.
Because I think a lot of the subscribers are paid bots, and the views are people like all of us, dumb enough to click on it thinking it's something good, and after about 20 seconds you realize this is just amalgamated AI bullshit. This is slop crap made from... And half of the times, if it's something about history, a good portion of shit is fucking incorrect as hell. And the images sometimes are fucking horrible. Sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes the images, you're like, God damn, I wish I could get freaking shit to create stuff that good for me. But I'm just kind of tired of seeing it. I want YouTube to be back to actual creator shit. To actually have stuff that, you know, I want to watch and the stuff that people should be watching. Like, all these real good documentary channels are getting overshadowed by this sloppy-ass bullshit.
Like, what was the one I was watching recently that, I mean, I don't know all their stuff, but, you know, the one I was watching was good. But I think it's like the infographics channel or something like that, where it's kind of that stick figure, you know, type animation style. But you got somebody talking over it. That it might be a slightly robotic voice, but it's enough to where you're like, okay, there's actually something going on here. They're actually talking. It's not just an AI saying this is what I think is happening.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually scripted.
Yeah,
And I think that that's what they're trying to get close to, is trying to be able to do something like that, but do it just in a sloppy way.
Yeah. Well, the craziest part is what kind of got me on this trip was I like watching a lot of these videos when I'm waiting between stops and doing what I'm doing. Especially I like driving and listening to them. I like ones that are good enough that I don't need to watch it. I can turn the screen off and I can listen to it. And, you know, I can, in my head, see where everything's going. I like that. What really got it going was I'm sick of seeing these stupid videos that shouldn't even be made with the title of What Happened To. Like, I don't mind if it's what happened to an actor I haven't heard of, or what happened to, you know, this car, you know, something that tangible in this world that you kind of may have wondered, okay, what did happen to that? Why did that project get killed? Why did that not? No, these are what happened to Event Horizon. Well, first of all, grammar, motherfucker, you should be what happened in Event Horizon. What about the movie Event Horizon? Not what happened to. What happened to is the movie came out, we fucking watched it, and it faded out of existence, or it's on a DVD rack somewhere.
That's kind of the natural trajectory of cinema.
Yeah, and half of them are shit. It's edited together and it's a robotic voice. It's not a real fucking human being fully tangibly putting it all together or actually doing it. And then when you do like give it more than 2 minutes to watch, you realize half of what they're talking about is just bullshit. It's not giving any new insight into the film. It's literally just giving you a synopsis breakdown. And then you're just kind of like, okay, when me, the dysgraphic dyslexic, is sitting there telling you, use some fucking proper goddamn grammar in your title, that tells you your stuff's dog shit.
That's bad.
And there's hundreds of them. Like, I thought this was one channel and that was their shtick. So I decided to search real quick this morning and last night. Dude, it's just pages upon pages, and they're all copy-pasting the same bullshit formula. So, quick question, YouTube. How is that fair use? They are not giving any insight. They are not giving any commentary. They are not expanding upon it in any way. They are literally ripping off images and scenes from these movies and telling you the entire goddamn synopsis. That's not fair use.
Yeah, and then putting it down into like a 13-minute video.
Yeah, if even that. Some of these aren't even 10 fucking minutes. And don't even get me started on, my God, you want something really fucking crazy. Just type in fashion. Like, I've randomly just been picking random topics on YouTube because I want to see how the algorithm works. I want to see what the algorithm pumps out. Fashion is overloaded with thousands of AI-generated thumbnails. And then you click on the video and the thumbnail has nothing to do with it. It's some ugly, chunky bitch in Bangladesh showing off their shitty fucking clothes made by child labor for 45 fucking seconds. There are hundreds of thousands of those fucking videos on YouTube right now, eating up the servers and the bandwidth.
Dang.
Oh, it's better than that. They are not channels telling you how to make channel. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Well, let's put it this way. Here is your The More You Know PSA from Dark Roast of Nerdiness. If a channel is telling you how to make a channel, if a channel is showing you a video of how to make millions on YouTube, it's full of shit, because the people that know how to do that and the people that are making money aren't going to make a video like that. They're too busy making actual content that makes fucking money.
Yeah.
Or they've retired from YouTube and don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, no, you're right, Shark. Yeah, the faceless channels, I can't fucking stand the faceless channels. Like, it's okay when it is an avatar, it's a VTuber, it's something like Little Platoon, or It's a Gundam, because they're using their own, or Jaden Animations. Those channels I like. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, Shark. These totally faceless ones where it is the most generic copy-paste dribble bullshit. And that's what's fucking up the algorithm, because the algorithm doesn't know where to put all of these, so it throws them in everybody's feed. And the fact that you stupidly click on maybe 2 of them in a week, it's now going to flood your feed with that shit. Which is why, a little news tidbit, people, if you want new shit in your feed, every once in a while, just clear all your fucking history. The downside is you're going to get a lot of videos that you've already watched that you don't remember you've watched them because it doesn't show the little red bar that you watched it all. But it will start relearning your feed and force new shit in there.
Yeah, clearing your cache.
And use a lot of the block and I am not interested in this shit button. Because after a while, the algorithm will finally get its head out of its ass and quit pumping this slop upon slop onto your, into your feeds. Hopefully. I mean, considering that, the guy that runs YouTube and the guy that runs Google, both of them are, from the same area of the world where they basically got the triple dong of AI plugging in every hole of theirs and loving it. Yeah. It might not change.
What I hate is like these shorts where they have some random bullshit mobile game, like Candy Crush or something stupid like that. That's what's on the screen. But then there's some robotic narrator voice talking about something completely irrelevant. They're just trying to get you like zoomed in with flashy lights and colors to pay attention and get through the 16, 17 second video or whatever. And that kind of
Yeah.
shit is the worst. And then there's, like Shark's saying, there's the channels telling you to do that.
Oh,
and people
yeah.
are doing it.
Well,
It's
the worst
just
part. The
stupid.
worst part is there's also channels. Those channels too are sitting there and taking an idea that may not have been 100% original of the person that they're talking about, but they're instructing you literally how to rip them off. Like I saw, what was it? The minute the Avatar streamer, Burnt Peanut, became super fucking popular.
Okay.
There's thousands of videos now showing you how to literally recreate an avatar like his, step by step, in a sense, ripping his thing off. To where now you've got like a whole bunch of them that are peanuts, but now it's the good sheriff and all this other shit. It's like
Yeah.
there's no fucking originality because they keep doing all these slop videos showing you how to, hey, you could be rich too. Just be an uninventive asshat and copy the best. Here's the new thing. Copy the new thing. When
they do the
YouTube
same
used to
shit
thrive off of
Habitual
new
Line
shit.
Crosser, with like the face on the map kind of things, and it's always
Yeah.
some different asshat.
Yeah, and the funny thing is you gotta kind of give where shitty credit is due. All of that started with that stupid fucking orange.
That's true.
That was the first one that did it. God, how that became popular. Oh, the
Yeah,
voice
that
in
thing
that
was
that
everywhere.
thing was fucking. It lived up to its name. It was fucking annoying. And yeah, for what was it, 5 years on YouTube, that thing was everywhere. And then it got its own TV show, and it fucked itself out of existence in like a week. And speaking of the peanut, did you see that he became the face of Yes. Yeah, so he is completely
Really?
sponsored in the face of AT&T, and all your freaking libbytards lost their shit. Because apparently somehow because he actually likes America, instantly they've labeled him the alt-right MAGA chud, racist. You can love America and not be right-wing or left-wing, you morons. Loving where you're from is just loving where you're fucking from. You know? I could say what's on my mind about a certain group of people that are literally hopping everywhere around the world, apparently don't love where they're from, but I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, it's called a hostile takeover.
Yep.
Yee. All right. I shot you something in the private chat. While I'm looking up this next thing, shoot me a sponsor. Basically, I'm putting Walrus on the spotlight. It's his.
All right.
It's his choice. It's his time to pick a content creator. Because I didn't really have one. My problem is I've got to go back and rewatch some of our episodes and be like, who have I already fucking picked? Because I know there's a few that I thought of today that I was like, oh shit, we already did them.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
I was going to do some stuff on coffee, but there really isn't a whole lot right now. There is a bunch of new gear coming out, but I have not. I'm waiting for a few people who do like the technical breakdown on stuff to do it before I talk about them, because since sadly I don't have the money or any sponsorship to get any of this shit myself, I got to rely on the people that I trust to send me the breakdown of these machines, because I don't have like $5,000 lying around to just buy shit. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll get the podcast big enough where we can do... Dude, Lance Hedrick does it the nicest way. So he has his Patreon and he has his subscribers, right? Well, once you join the Discord, he does these contests. So say like, what was the latest one he did? He had, I think he had the Elite Mara, which is like a $2,200 espresso machine. And as long as you're in his Discord, which unlocks the minute you become a Patreon or a subscriber, he will release a letter, like an ad here, with a link to Gleam. And you go into Gleam, and basically he'll ask a question. Like this one was, describe how to make a soup shot, which is a way of doing an espresso shot. And he goes, but make it funny, get my attention. And he'll read all the ones that people submit, and when he picks the one that makes him laugh or the one that he likes the most, he will ship for free that $2,200 espresso machine. So everything the Patreon does to buy equipment, everybody who is a member is in the running to get said pieces of equipment. And I think that's a hell of a way to do it. Because in the end, you're giving back to people that have given to you. So you're subscribing for $5 a month. And hell, one time he gave away, what the hell was it? Anyway, he gave away like a $6,000 machine and paid $1,000 to ship it to the U.S. to the guy that won it for free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because shipping for him is the hardest part when people win stuff because he is in, I think he's in Portugal, is where he's actually at now. Because he runs the roasting and he does a lot for Onyx Coffee Brewing, but their European division. Like he started at their original location here because they started in I think they're in Arkansas, and then they opened up a European branch to do European style coffee, and that's where he's at now. But I'd love to eventually get to something like that. So let me see here what you sent here. Let me get it open. All right. So make sure that's muted.
All right.
Paused. All right. So let's see here. We're going to hop into our content creator spotlight of the month, which is going to go to Walrus. All right. Well, for those of you that are new to the show, we basically once a month give a shout out to both a coffee roaster of the month, which we did last show, and a content creator of the month. And we kind of rotate around every once in a while of who gets to pick. So this is Walrus's pick for the month. So take it away. Tell us about who you picked.
All right, so I picked the Kingsley Academy. It's a theater group out of Florida for really one real reason. They came out recently here with, and you see it there on the screen, a Star Wars The Knights of the Old Republic feature-length movie. It's a full 2 hours, basically adjacent to KOTOR 2 and the Escape from Telos. And initially on the surface, it seems like it was going to be very good. Because you have this, like, on the edge of next generation CGI and storytelling, and then you have theater kids that don't know how to act yet. And it was one of those, like, it was just barely missing the mark of being good. So right now it's still in the category of, like, hey, you shouldn't be taking yourselves too seriously yet. But I think with a little bit of effort, a little bit of support, they could get there. And I think that's what these kind of spotlights should be focusing on, are not necessarily those that have already made it or already doing the next big thing, but the ones that are like, they're trying, they've got something going, and they just need that extra bit. And I think these ones are. My brother and I, we were watching some of it the other day. We didn't get through the full 2 hours, but they were hitting some of the marks of the storyline. Other bits, they're like, all right, you're really taking yourself seriously for something that's now just really funny. So we ended up laughing through it. One of those so bad it's funny kind of things.
Yeah.
But it could have been the next home run, that Hollywood would have to go kick rocks. Like it's almost there. And the fact that they're putting out feature-length movies and all kinds of other stuff, I didn't look at what all else they've got going on. But it seemed very interesting to me, and maybe y'all go give them a like. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm right. Go figure it out for yourself.
All right. Well, you heard him, ladies and gentlemen. The King's Academy. We always give credit where credit is due. So after the show, give me about an hour on average. Everything we show or view in here, including the King's Academy, their links will be in the description below. And that goes for that. I do actually update that for the VOD videos on Rumble. Sadly, Kick, I haven't figured out how to do that, and it doesn't really matter because after 14 days, Kick makes it vanish anyway. So, fix your shit, Kick. But if you're a sponsored premium member, the VOD lasts 30 days. Your casino money fuckers, you could have VODs that last forever, goddammit. That's my rant about Kick. There you go. Really? And for those wondering, we do not have a Twitch. We will never have a Twitch. Dan Clancy can go suck and fuck himself off a cliff. Gooning asshat. As you can tell, no love for that platform on this channel at all. All right, so we are going to hop in to one of our main topics for this evening, which is, as I call it, Mando and Grogu. I have actually seen it. No, I did not go to a theater. I will leave it at that. Come to your own fucking conclusions.
I'm going to see it next week.
So, the movie came out, and my synopsis is this. I'm not going to give away any spoilers. There are other channels that do that. They can go do that. I will just give you my quick little breakdown before we hop in to actually read some of the fucking hilarious, actually, the movie critics actually, a few of the ones that normally, suck the Disney schlongo, actually gave it some pretty brutal critiques. No, of course, there are a few of the, Disney shills like that one asshat that when Force Awakens came out and was crying. I can't remember his name. He's some dumpy little fucker that sits in a room with a bookcase behind him and, looks like basically he's probably 55-year-old virgin. And even though I'm a fat guy, I'm going to say it because he's way fatter than me. I'm going to use the Mike Myers line. He hasn't seen his Willie so long as clinically dead. So, I'm sorry. If I could say that there are movies that have brought me to tears. Force Awakens was not fucking one of them. Ever. Well, I'll take that back. Maybe a little tear for realizing that this is where Star Wars went and it's slowly dying. That was kind of the first nail in the Kathleen Kennedy tombstone coffin. So, basically, Mandalorian and Grogu came out. Honestly, Entity, I'm going to put this on the screen because I fully agree with you, and thank you for not using the full word so I don't get in trouble. Yes, Clarkson Farm Season 5 looks fucking amazing. It's funny, I could say that word, but if you type it, YouTube gets angry.
Yes.
Potato, YouTube.
That's why you use a V instead of a U.
Yeah. No, Clarkson Farm, dude, I have loved every season of that. And yeah, June? I think it's the first week in June? Because I just saw the trailer on Prime the other day. No, I love Clarkson's Farm, man.
See, I think I only watched the first 2 seasons of it.
Dude.
And I just didn't pick it back up when I finished, so...
Yeah, it gets so much better. Literally, in my opinion, the 3rd season was the best, and this last one was pretty damn good. But everything they showed in the preview for 5 looks like it's going to be really damn good and really fucking hilarious. So, breakdown very quickly. My take on Mando and Grogu. Effects were good for the most part. Sound editing was goddamn really good. The cameos they're toting about are nothing fucking special. It does not destroy canon. It literally is in its own little bubble, not affecting anything. There's nothing shown, said, or done in this movie that affects or interacts with anything canon of any of the time periods before or after when this is supposed to be going on. It is literally pointless. It is literally 3 episodes of the show slammed together with filler instead of, the week you'd be waiting for the next episode. That's it. So, here's the interesting part about it. So, I got to read this here. The highly anticipated film, The Mandalorian and Grogu, struggled at the box office. Opening over Memorial Day weekend, which we're still in the weekend, somebody needs to learn phonetics in this fucking article. The movie pulled in lower than expected. At the time of writing the article, which was a day ago, it had only hit 12 million. Which is of course an underwhelming debut. So here is the tracking on it. So the tracking is it brought in roughly 12 million domestically. The preview haul landed below. Here's the weird part. It is below the weekend take-in for 2018 Solo, A Star Wars Story, which was considered the biggest commercial misfiring flop of Star Wars at the time. Nothing has hit with Star Wars with lower numbers until now. The film is made a modest. Here's the best part: they're trying to lie and say the modest production was only $165 million. Bullshit. That does not account for marketing, distribution, paying the actors, all the other shit. The budget on this thing easily has to be right about lowballing it, $250-300 million, which means it needs to clear about $650 to $700 million to be considered profitable. At $12 million, I don't think it's going to hit there.
So, what do you think ended up flopping more, this or that bullshit that's called Skeleton Crew? Because they're both in their own little worlds.
Skeleton Crew was a show, though.
It was. They're both dog shit. But which one flopped harder?
Well, they're both dog shit, but at the same time, Skeleton Crew was not lying as what it was. Skeleton Crew was for kids and kids alone. It was a kid's show. They even marketed it as such. So I don't really look at it. I can't look at it through the realm of a Star Wars fan because I'm not the age. I am not one of the age of the people that they catered that to, or to the generation they were catering it to. So I can't look at it with those lenses.
From my point of view, it's you can still make those kind of movies, TV shows, what have you, and still stick true to the universe and everything else, just like the Clone Wars did. Everyone thinks it's a TV show. I mean, or not TV show, a kids' TV show, and it technically is, but it had enough behind it that however many years later, as adults, you're able to watch it and be like, hey, I love that. That's still really good. So they could have done the same thing.
To answer Entity, yeah, I am excited because, May and Richard, Hammond and May are both in it through several episodes. You got to remember, Hammond has helped him on several of the projects of restoration items, especially for his restaurant, for his pub. And James May has his own pub now. So I have a feeling there's going to be a crossover. In fact, I think, doesn't May make his own gin too? Or is it Hammond that's making his own gin? Either way, they're all kind of in the same circles. The only difference is the other two guys don't actually own farms. So, yeah, it should be pretty interesting. Okay, back to what we're saying. I don't really see anything in Skeleton Crew that broke any canon because they're not very clear on the time frame it's supposed to be taking place. Where it's taking place doesn't really affect anything. And the fact of showing the gold and everything, it does kind of raise a question of how did they pay the Caminos to make all the fucking clones? So it kind of answered that. If you got a plant that's just, shitting out gold and nobody knows it exists anymore, there's your money. They're all making their own gins? God damn. But then again, you got to question, is it good gin? Because I ain't gonna lie, when I was a drinker, it was bourbon and gin. Trust me, I know good bourbon and gin. I can tell you just by smell if it's gonna be good or not.
No, the gin, you can fuck off with that one.
Dude, really good gin is not what you've never had really good gin. That's the difference.
Probably not.
Most gin experience that people have is like Beefeater, and Beefeater is not good. Beefeater is good in a drink that you don't smell it. But really good gin is really, really fucking good. Like, my favorite, if a place had really great gin, was to order literally a martini. But all I wanted was a single olive and a splash, just a small splash of olive juice and vermouth. So it's pretty much just all gin. And if they start shaking it, you hit the shit out of them. Because you never shake gin, it fucks up the spirit. It has to be stirred. Oxygenating gin makes it taste... I think your vomit after a night of drinking tastes better. But yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know all of them are making their own fucking gin. Jeez. But then again, it's England. England, like, they are the gin drinkers of the world. But no, back to... I don't think Skeleton Crew was as bad. Like, there were parts of it that just was just annoyingly stupid and dumb but then you're thinking it's a kid's show. Once you get out, think in the realm of it's a kid's show, the part that disappointed me about Skeleton Crew is to have somebody as great as Jude Law join the Star Wars franchise and do something like that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you had actually, Here's a thought, Disney, you could have done. I don't know. Maybe you could have, fucked off with the Rey Skywalker shit and done the heir to the Empire. And I don't know. Jude Law, in my opinion, would have made a pretty badass Thrawn.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever, when we were talking about that way back.
No, that just came to my head because I'm envisioning his face and the way Thrawn was actually drawn on the covers of the books.
Yeah, and way back when, in I don't know, episode 10 or whatever, when we were talking about this, that we never brought up his name, but now that you say that, I think that would be a really good pick. Yeah. Not that the guy that they picked didn't do a good job, because he does. I mean, it was a great pick.
The guy that in Ahsoka as Thrawn looks like Thrawn, his voice is Thrawn. What sucked is his decisions and the way they wrote him and the script they gave him was dog shit.
Yes.
Because Thrawn would have not made all the dumb choices and reactions that guy did. The way they made him do it in Ahsoka. Thrawn is literally a master tacticianer.
Yeah, he's like he had a super tactical droid, but with the ability to expect the unexpected, like Anakin.
Thrawn was always 4 steps ahead of whoever he was against. There's a reason that the majority of the Imperial forces feared him. I mean, Christ, he's the only guy in am I right? The only guy in canon that had a custom paint job on his custom built destroyer.
Yeah.
And he's the only guy that had enough balls to literally go face to face and build an alliance with the daughters of Dathomir. So yeah, honestly, I hope they fix him in Ahsoka 2. I really do. And I think I'm hoping that's what they're doing because they pushed the release of it back. Which tells you they're re-editing and tweaking some things that I have a feeling when they did the initial screenings, the people that saw the screening were like, what the fuck? So
it's like there were portions of Ahsoka that was like, all right, there's some sparks of hey, this could be good, but the majority of it was bad.
No, actually, you're right, Entity. Vader was terrifying by sheer power, but not by presence. Because Vader, I'm going to be honest. Vader, for the most part, in the first 2 films, is a stooge. The Emperor cracks the whip and he goes. It wasn't until later canon books where fans started actually writing more stories about Vader did he become more developed. But Thrawn from day one, Thrawn is literally as smart and as evil as the Emperor, but he has no force powers. When it comes to being a tactician, he and the Emperor are toe-to-toe. I mean, think about it. The Emperor literally was around Jedi the whole damn time and they never fucking knew. Gotta be smart as fuck to be able to pull that off. Yes. Literally then lead to their almost their entire extinction. But no, Thrawn, God. That's what I'm saying. I hope they fix the way they write the character in the show. If they make him the way he should be, it'll go down, unless the rest of the show is total shit, it'll go down as one of the best portrayed Star Wars villains.
But they do need to get rid of, what's the Mandalorian, the Ren?
The which one?
She's in Clan Ren. The one that's Ahsoka's apprentice, who's the moody teenager.
Oh, Sabine?
Yeah, Sabine. Yeah, they need to get rid of the fact that she was ever force sensitive or taken to be a Jedi in any way, shape, or form. If they
did her character right the way they should have, it would have been good. But no, again, that was my problem with the first season of Ahsoka, is the way some of these characters were written. It's like, I'm sitting there going, why did you make this choice? And you can't use the excuse that they didn't understand the character. Filoni fucking created him. How the fuck can you fuck up your own character?
Yeah. And I mean, the way that she acts is very much not Mandalorian whatsoever.
Yeah.
Even if you're a piece of shit, peace-loving Mandalorian, you're not going to act like her.
Yeah. So we'll get to, I wanted to read some of these reviews. So these are all the critics right now. I decided to just do the critics because for some reason the audience score is like 83%. I'm like, okay. I'm pretty sure if we read through it's going to be like, my kitties loved it. I eat glue. It was a good movie. Because let's face it, some people, you know, they're dumb and they're easy to appease. I envy people that can just enjoy anything because, you know, their brain is slop, so slop looks good to slop. Anyway, first one here. Star Wars used to be the event of a generation, but the Mandalorian Grogu might permanently damage the cinematic powerhouse for good. Yeah. The poor CGI problem is no longer a Marvel exclusive issue at Disney. Star Wars has found its way into the arena, an absolute disaster considering the franchise literally built one of the greatest visual effect houses. I kind of disagree with that. There's only two things that I think match what he's like bitching about, and they were just shit to begin with. Let's face it, the huts should stay. There should be no CGI huts, period. It should be exactly like Jabba was done in the originals. Yeah, you can't. It's going to be harder to make them move around, like slither everywhere and look. But the physical look when the camera's close is way better with physical makeup. The CGI on the, I will just say it, the CGI in the movie on the hut sucks. Huh. Especially Rada the Hutt, who's supposed to basically be a hut on steroids.
Oh, the one hut that didn't.
So think about a hut, but put He-Man abs on him. And muscle-bound SpongeBob arms. That's literally Rada the Hutt.
That's hilarious.
Let's see, what did he put? Star Wars is the golden standard for big-budget storytelling. Why should a B-C+ movie cut it? That's pretty to the point. The Mandalorian Grogu is friendly, competent, and intermittently charming. It is also generic to the bone. Oh, let's see what Douchewanker with 4.5. I appreciated they made something that feels like an extension of the show rather than a standard Star Wars movie. The fate of the entire universe is on the line. It feels like the old Flash Gordon. Yeah, you're just... Yes, thank you, Dizzy. You go to a movie to see a movie. I don't think your website should be called the Film Yap. It should be the Fap Yap, because that's pretty much what you do all day long. God, that's what gets me, how some of these dumbasses actually become critics. Personally, I wish they did the original Hut where it was a fat guy with a beard.
Like, what are credentials for being considered a critic?
Nowadays...
For all I know, you and I are now critics because we just happen to have a medium on the internet.
Well, yeah, according to Rotten Tomatoes, all you got to do is have a website and be invited to a couple of screenings. Which I could get tickets to every screening that comes through here if I wanted to. We used to go to them all the time. You just got to know somebody at it's the small newspaper publication down the street from me. The one that you can pick up at all the restaurants for free. I just can't think of the name of it right now.
The Express?
No. This has a different name.
Okay.
Surprising, accessible to mainstream audience, fun, full of action and adventure. Full view in Spanish. No, thank you. I have to deal with enough of that living here in Texas. I'm just saying you don't ever pick up a phone and hear Parlez-vous français, numéro trois? But you do hear the other one all the goddamn time.
Mm-hmm.
The Mandalorian Grogu is an unfortunate bore that captures very little of the charm and wonder of both the series and other past Star Wars movies for a passionless and unnecessary piece of theatrical filler. That is actually pretty goddamn accurate. So yeah, as you can see, they're not good. 1.4. Oh, we got a glazer here. 7.5 out of 10.
Uh-oh.
The Mandalorian Grogu basically presents Mandalorian Season 4 as a stitched-together movie with theatrical production values. Despite that, Jon Favreau still crafts a fun, engaging, immersive blah, 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 blah. Seriously? I mean, I know people are up to their own opinion, but that's what I'm saying. You can see which one of these people, when you read them, are like, who's got the House of Mouse's dingleberries right up in their throat? Well, okay, Entity, I will hand you that, but that's because that's Louisiana. That's the home of Cajun. That's Baton Rouge. And most of the time, it is the language of the Cajun people, listening and drinking and enjoying Zydeco. As you can tell, my father was from that area, so yeah. Cajun French is interesting. I've tried learning it. Holy hell, it is a lingo all to its own.
Yeah, it's not even just straight French anymore.
Well, it never was.
Well, yeah, not. Sorry, wrong.
So you got to remember, it was a mixing of the French settlers, the Spaniards, and the Portuguese. So it's a combination of what Portuguese was, and then add more, and then you throw in, just your southern South. Trust me, if I had the money and I wasn't afraid of dying from a hurricane, I'd love to live in that area. I love New Orleans. New Orleans is a gorgeous city, and oh my God, the food's amazing.
I was about to say the food is huge there.
Well, the food, the music, the culture, all of it. Plus, I'd love to go visit it now that I don't drink, so I can actually experience some of the things I took for granted when I was like, woohoo, give me another food to drink. There's a lot of the French Quarter I don't remember because we were already like 9 bars in, and yeah, after that, the night kind of went to a haze. However, though, there is one thing that I will say I will never, ever, 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 ever enjoy. Whoever the fuck thought adding chicory to coffee should have been shot. I want to drink coffee, not something that tastes like it's been sucking on a licorice cock for 2 hours. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Not a licorice.
I love the beignets at the Café du Monde, but I do not like chicory coffee. Nope. Can't do it. And then when you realize what chicory is, you're like, all right, man, how bored, drunk, or both did you have to come up with one day sitting there at probably some bar on the Rue and go, I wonder what that root would taste like in my coffee? That rates right up there with orzo. How bad to get drunk did somebody in Greece say, I wonder if I could distill the bark of a fucking tree? If you're not familiar, people, yes, there is a alcohol called OSO, in Greece that is made from the distilled bark of a fucking tree. I mean, at least the Russians got it right and Polish people with potatoes. Japanese came across sake by accident. Little history story. There is a famous Japanese painting of rabbits jumping in and out of the waves on the ocean on a beach. That is actually the story of sake. Apparently a bunch of monks at one of the temples had one of their festivals that they hold, and there was a whole bunch of rice that was not used, so they tossed it out onto the beach. Well, the rice fermented, the bunnies ate the rice, and the monks came out to the waterfront and saw a whole bunch of drunk bunnies jumping around doing weird shit, and then they realized, oh, that bad rice fucks you up.
I mean, what's up with monks in the world over and them being, just drunken monks?
Well, let's see.
Things?
When you have cut off yourself from all forms of indulgence and entertainment, and you are sitting in a room of nothing to contemplate nothingness, wouldn't you want to get a little fucking drunk after about a month of that shit?
Hey, 2 days, tops.
Truthfully, most of it, like the Belgian monks, most of it came from trying to make food stocks last longer. So they took everything that was about to go rotten, and rather than waste it, boil it. And in boiling, they came across basically yeast beer and stuff like that. Most of it was not intended. It was an accident. It was a way to basically not go hungry and use everything that they didn't want to waste shit because they viewed wastefulness as an affront to God.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's funny. Almost everything we drink and eat and take for granted a good portion of it was all a mistake or just an accident. But yeah, the
that's
Saki
a lot
one,
of advancements in technology and just advancements over.
yeah.
You know?
The Saki one, I actually have. I found that story from my dad because he used to restore and appraise antique Japanese weaponry, and we couldn't find a lot of the parts. So when we would get a real set, he would ask the owner if he could make a mold so we could make copies of it, and we would of course alter from the original a little so it wasn't identical. And his Tonto that I have, which is his personal blade I kept after he passed, the little ornamental pieces that are wrapped underneath the wrapping of the handle are called manuki. The manuki on that are rabbits dancing in the waves.
Oh.
So, kind of where I learned all of that from.
That's a cool
But
bit
yeah.
of history.
Oh, yeah. Interesting little things you learn here and there. So, yeah, I don't know when it comes to Star Wars what this is going to do or where it's going to go. A lot of your people online that have their theories is that if this ends up being a big failure, this is going to be their excuse to basically redo the original films. Because that's the only direction that's the direction that the rumors are that they want to go in, but are afraid to.
So to redo 4, 5, and 6?
Yep.
That's going to be a hard pill.
I think it's stupid. I think there are plenty of stories before and plenty of stories after. Go forward
you just need
or
to stop
go back.
being conceited and realize that
Well,
the
it's not
fan-made
conceited.
shit, the fan-made shit needs to just be in its entirety brought into canon.
Well, bring it into canon, but also, too, I don't understand why they're so goddamn terrified to get away from Skywalker. Like, you can do it. There were games that are some of the best-selling games that didn't have dick to do with the Skywalkers at all. I mean, there are characters that you could do in the time frame of Skywalkers that they've never even touched. Like, we have never, ever seen any real version of Starkiller. If you wanted to bring in a badass female, do a movie leading about Mara Jade.
Yes. That way,
I
then
mean,
you're kind of
you
adjacent to the Skywalkers then.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that the actor that they used to play a younger Luke in the Mandalorian TV show, you could reuse him to continue. Like, they could continue Skywalker if they wanted to. There are ways to do it.
They could do the Jedi Academy.
Exactly.
What
They need to do,
timeline.
if they were smart at all, they would literally just scrub the fucking Rey time, the 3 sequels, and say they're not canon, they never happened.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody would be mad about it. And since there are some people that are bitch, because there are some people that actually do like them, but the hardcore audience, the hardcore fan base, if you literally say, hey, we know that Kathleen Kennedy and the predecessors of us fucked up. We know that there are stories that you want to see of the new Jedi Order. There are stories with people that are existing actors that have done the voiceovers, that have done the mocaps for these characters, that are still of age to play these characters that we could bring in. Like, fuck me. You can't tell me if they didn't offer to Cameron Monaghan to come forward and do a live-action Cal Kestis, he wouldn't.
I think he's petitioned to do that before.
He's
I think I
petitioned to do it.
remembered that.
Sam Witwer has petitioned to do Starkiller.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot you could do. And they're using this whole afraid to touch it as bullshit. What it comes down to is, you don't have any good writers right now to pull it off. Because you still have the shit writers that dumb bitch hired. You have to work with a writers guild that half the people that are members of the guild right now are a bunch of 20 to 30-year-old activist assholes who couldn't write their way out of a paper bag because they have never lived enough life experience to write good shit. And even then, you have good writers now who are so sucked in to all this political party pandering bullshit.
Shit.
Yeah, like case in point, the first 2 seasons of The Boys, fucking badass.
Yep.
Every season after that, they turned Homelander into a Trump allegory and it went to dog shit. The ending was fucking abysmal.
Well, let's get into that.
A big build up to fucking nothing.
Because I stopped after like the first 2 seasons. Because like I would try to start in the 3rd season, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
So where the boys fucked up is they should have kept in the main storyline of the comics, and they didn't. So in the comics, for those of you that haven't read it or know much about it, in the comics, Billy Butcher's story is the same. He's going after Homelander because Homelander killed his wife. He wants to stop Homelander because of all these atrocities that Homelander's doing. Homelander doesn't remember any of this. He's being blamed the whole series of the comics for all this fucking wicked shit. He's seeing pictures of himself doing wicked shit and doesn't remember any of it. And it's slowly driving him insane and paranoid because he can't even trust his own mind anymore. Because, spoiler alert, the reason Black Noir wears a suit and doesn't talk is Black Noir is a clone of Homelander, and he's the one killing and doing all the fucked up shit, setting up Homelander. That would have been perfect. You could have done it because up until the 3rd season, Black Noir, we knew nothing about him. But no. Fucking Trump. And this isn't speculation. That fucking wanker Kripke, the head guy, literally admitted it. Anthony Starr, who plays Homelander, literally even admitted it, that they turned him into a Trump allegory. And the show suffered. They wrote in characters that didn't exist and wrote out and changed characters that did exist. And what's sad is Kripke knows how to write good shit. Kripke, when he doesn't have TDS rotting his fucking brain and the Hollywood machine filling his head with political pandering DEI bullshit, is the guy that literally wrote Lost.
Oh, wow.
I mean, like, let me bring it up real quickly because, yeah, he has some serious... Okay, Eric Kripke. So take a look at this here. Let me see. TV shows.
Just remember, you're a professional doing this, and you should have this in the bag.
So Eric Kripke, where is it? Come here. Well, the other thing is, too, is some of these websites never want to fucking bring up shit, so... So Eric Kripke worked on these shows, but think about it. This is the guy that gave 15 seasons of Supernatural.
Oh, he was also on Supernatural.
He was the main guy of Supernatural. Yeah, the 2 main guys for Supernatural was Eric Kripke and Robert Singer.
Okay.
Yes, Robert Singer wrote himself into the show as Bobby Singer. Which I always thought was fucking hilarious. But no, the guy knows how to write show. But the minute, again, Trump wins and he goes all fucking stupid. And the dumbest part about it all, the seasons that they chose to make all the allegories and changes, Trump wasn't even fucking president. Sniffy Pervy was. That's what I don't get about these people. It's like, get the fuck over it. It's like you're ruining entertainment because you can't separate your real world shit from the fantasies you're supposed to be writing. You know, maybe people would understand your derangement and the shit where you're coming from if you took it out of your ass for 5 seconds, wrote a damn good show, and maybe sprinkled a little bit of that shit in there. Just a little bit of the medicine you want to give people. But no, they think they're righteous and virtuous, so they got to cram it down everybody's throat, and then they wonder when people don't like it.
Well, I mean, prior to what, I guess probably would you say the 80s? That's kind of how it was, that they would kind of sprinkle it in a little bit, and then... Well,
not even the 80s.
Then it started.
Not even the 80s. You had it all the way up until the early 2000s they didn't do that. Or if they did it in smart ways. Like, if you want to see a show that literally took every topic of the day that was happening in the world at the time and put it in the show to where you didn't feel preached at, but you knew what they were talking about and you knew what they were saying, but it didn't affect the show, Galactica.
Ooh.
Galactica literally was handling everything we were going through and didn't let it fuck up what they were creating. What? No. Sorry. I got a loudmouth behind me.
You got the furry one.
Oh, yeah. Well, she wants back out in the living room solely so she can
come back in.
It's like you're 3 inches wide and you blow the door open wider than I do entering in and out of a room. And then I let her out, and she'll be scratching at the door to come back in 5 seconds later. It's like, what?
Just cat things.
No, it's because she's not getting attention. Yes, you want to be the center of attention. Yeah, you want to be the center of attention. Yeah, you do. Butthole. But yeah, no, there are many examples of great shows all the way up until I'd say about 2010, even 2015, that handled doing that right. Even newer ones. Sadly, though, the newer ones that did it right didn't last because the show in a whole wasn't good enough, or people didn't give it a chance. Because let's face it, it is harder now, I would say, to get a show to go the distance because of the fact with all the streaming, everything that's out there, there's so much shit coming out on such a random schedule now. It's just the gamble of when you release it.
Yeah. Damn it, bring back Terra Nova.
Not only just bring back shows like that, let's go back to actually having seasons. Shows survived because a fall show did not affect a spring or summer show. It gave every show a chance because you would position in on, say, like, this is how you would do it. All right, we want to release our new show. When should we release it? Well, summer's going to be House of Dragons, and, fall is going to be this, but spring's kind of light. Okay, what do we got in spring? Well, we got these 3 shows that could be. What day are they releasing? Well, this one's a Monday, this one's a Wednesday, this one's a Thursday. All right, we're doing Tuesday or Friday then. That's how they survived. Everybody had a day, everybody had a slot, and everybody would talk about it around the water cooler the next day. You don't have the water cooler anymore, and you don't have seasons anymore, and you don't have a normal schedule anymore. They have, in a sense, created a monster that fucked them out of the formula that worked for almost 70 fucking years.
I mean, shit, Crunchyroll's doing that better than the rest of the machine. I mean, not that Crunchyroll is doing good as whole, but
yeah, but also that's a bad example because what competition does Crunchyroll have? The few things that Netflix gets or makes? An HD dive if you really want to, suck on the Amazon Bezos tit to get it? I mean, let's see, what did he say here? What was the show that had time anomalies that had dinosaurs come to the modern world with a team was tasked with hunting them down? Wasn't that called Prey?
That might have been.
Hold on. You got me, I gotta look, Entity. What was the show that had time anomalies?
No, I don't think it was the show Prey. No, that's not the show.
Okay, Entity, or are you talking one that was like in the last couple of days, like last couple of years? Or was this an older show? Because you've got 3 shows that kind of match that criteria. You got La Brea, which was the most recent. In 2011, you had Terra Nova. And then before Terra Nova, in 2007, 2011, you had Primeval.
Well, I mean, you also have Avatar if you want to put that in the same category.
Well, no, but that's not what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about, but the thing is like, Terra Nova kind of fits in there, but Terra Nova only had 1 season. La Brea was kind of time loopy, but the animals were only stuck in the past that they were in. I think what you're talking about is Primeval. Because, yeah, Primeval, let read the synopsis. Primeval is a British science fiction television series follows a team of scientists tasked with investigating the appearance of temporal anomalies across the UK through which prehistoric and futuristic creatures enter into their time and space. Yeah, I think you were talking about Primeval Entity, and I remember that one. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, you can stream one or two of the seasons through the Sci-Fi app, or it might be through the BBC app. One of those two. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're talking about Primeval. Another good show, actually. I want to say I saw at least 2 seasons of that, because I think at the time it came out, it was
any of it.
Well, it was one of those, since it was a BBC show, or well, it was technically made for a defunct ITV network, and then it ended up, I think, getting dumped on the BBC. And I know at the time, around 2009 through 2011. Here in San Antonio, to get the BBC, you pretty much had to be on DirecTV, because that was the only way I was able to see anything on the BBC and G4 TV, because they were under contract with DirecTV. So you had to have satellite. Can you show a photo of the... Yeah, I can do that real quick. Let's see.
I don't know. And this is just me. I generally, if I see BBC anything, I don't pay attention to it. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. Ha ha.
Here you go, Entity. Let me spread this out. So that is Primeval right there. If I'm hoping you can see those, Entity. Give him a second to see if you can see him. But yeah, I think that's the one you were thinking of, Entity, because that pretty much matches the description of what you're saying. And remembering bits and pieces of the show that I saw, I remember specific episodes where there were raptors in a bowling alley. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Yeah, let's see. Let me go to remove this and share this one. There's a better one kind of showing the cast. And I do actually remember it because I thought the chick with the short hair was hot.
The one on the right?
Yeah. Huh. I haven't thought about that show in a while. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Weren't too many shows that did that kind of that premise. And unlike today where, one person does it and everybody just copies it. All right.
Gate kind of did something similar, but that's Anime World.
Yeah, Entity's like, I think that's probably it. Yeah, you're going to make me go watch it now because I'm kind of trying to remember most of it. All right, well, we got some trailers to hop into, so let's get on to this first one here. We've got the latest trailer for Masters of the Universe. Hopefully this is better than the first one.
I hope so.
Adam, when you hold the magic sword, what do you say?
By the power of Grayskull.
Go on. Now you're ready.
Okay. Now that's how they should have done the first one.
Yeah.
I am a devil, but I mean to be a god.
Okay. So far, the graphics look pretty good.
He who will
Yeah, no
restore
kidding.
peace to Eternia.
Skeletor took my family, and he destroyed our world. I'm gonna fight for it.
Skeletor did nothing wrong.
Mechanic. And Ram Man.
Hell yeah!
And you, Fisto!
It's
Alan! It's Adam, dude.
Hey, put your neck away.
okay. I can get behind this
Show
one.
you what reading power.
The other trailers weren't that
Yeah, the other trailer was
Time for
hit or
talk is
miss.
good. See, I think from this one alone, this has changed my mind to where I was going
It's
to wait
quite
until
heavy, so if
streaming,
you
Oh,
could just,
my god, yeah.
and now I want to see it in theaters.
Yeah. No, that trailer definitely was a lot better. So far, a few, I guess, the people that have gone to the advanced, the test screenings, nobody's actually had anything bad to say. Like everybody said, it's a good action adventure romp.
And when's it supposed to come out?
June 5th.
Oh, okay, so yeah,
So
really.
yeah,
right
it's
around the corner.
just around the corner. I mean, they did a hell of a freaking screening for it the other day in L.A. They
Did they?
turned the entire Chinese theater into Grayskull.
Oh wow.
And in fact, Lundgren was there, and from what I understand, Lundgren does make a guest appearance in the movie.
That's
So
cool.
kind of a little, tip of the hat to the person that did the first attempt to do a live action. Which honestly, the original Lundgren, it was kind of a discombobulated story, but the actual effects and the physical makeup for what they did was good, and the way Skeletor looked at it was really damn good. So, not to mention the amazing actor they had to play Skeletor did a damn good job. In fact, if you watch the behind the scenes of the original Masters movie, apparently he dialed it up to 100 and did such a good role was because I think if I remember correctly, his grandkid was one of his favorite cartoons.
Oh wow.
So it was one of those, he did it for family, for love of, I'm doing this for, one of my kiddos.
That's
And
pretty cool.
like I said, the physical makeup, but that was back in the day when, goddamn, the physical makeup, even in shitty horror movies, was better than half the shit we get now. I wish they would go away from using so much goddamn CGI. Physical makeup has such a better look to it when done right, especially because where CGI fails the most is lighting. The lighting does not look natural because it isn't. Like, there's only been a few movies I've seen where the lighting was perfect, but that's because they went above and beyond and used the mocap. When they did the mocap, they actually used a system that registered the lighting. So they knew where, okay, there should be more shadow here, there should be more contrast here, there should be more field of depth here. One amazing scene of how they did that correctly was the Suicide Squad. The scene where Peacemaker and him are fighting and you're watching the fight through the contour of his helmet as the camera's moving around from the chrome on his helmet. They did that using that effect of the light, the contour. They actually filmed the scene of them fighting on a metal sphere, reflective sphere, and then use that same sphere in the mocap. So they went through like multiple steps to get that effect to look as good as it did, the way it should. And the problem is a lot of these teams, I don't think they're not given the time to do that. That's the problem with CGI. You need the fucking time and you need a clear direction. And I think a lot of these projects, they just don't fucking have either.
Well, and it also feels like a lot of these teams, right? They're such silos that they don't then after the fact go and watch what another team did to be like, oh, hey, that was really cool. Let me go figure out how I can incorporate that, and try to make it better. They're just like, hey, this is what I know, and I'm just going to keep churning this out.
Yeah, well, a lot of times too, Corridor Crew did a video a while back breaking down why some CGI looks amazing and some doesn't. And they actually broke down how a lot of the industry, how the delegation and the editing and how all that comes to be. And the movies where it really sucks, it comes down to a pish-posh of three different things. One, the director is never there telling the CGI teams what they need. They're hands off until like the preview of the first draft. And by then, so much money and time has gone by, the second factor kicks in. Yeah, they don't have the time to correct it. And then the third factor of how they do it, sometimes they come in and they'll have one studio do it, another studio do it, a third studio do it, and they'll pick whichever is the budget friendly. But then that studio, by the end of those decisions, again, the second factor kicks in, don't have the time to fucking finish it. Or they're not given enough time to finish it. So it's basically, it all comes down to directors not allocating time and resources properly, which really mainly comes down to producers. And the money people. Like what made Godzilla -1 so amazing is the fact that the director was there every day in the same room, the CGI people rolling from one station to another. No, change this. I like that. No, let's keep that. No, do that. So they weren't listing without a rudder. He had full control of the ship the whole damn time.
Though that can easily get into a very strict micromanagement, which, I mean, in some cases you need, but, I mean,
I'm sorry.
They're artists in their own right.
When you're dealing with a $200 million budget, micromanage all the fuck you want. That's way too much money to fuck around with. And that's the problem. You get a lot of these directors that... Then you're also dealing with the directors that think they're too big to fail, too. Like what we're about to see with Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, he should hang it up already.
Oh, it's gotten to the point where there are several... the ball is in motion where people are putting in the idea to the Greek government to step in. Because you're fucking with their history.
Fuck.
Their culture. And their arguments are bullshit. They're just like their arguments.
The upcoming Odyssey or whatever.
Yep, just like their arguments when they did Cleopatra were bullshit. Like they're trying to say Nuango for Helen Troy is not that big of a change, and that there could be a possibility she was, and yada yada yada. It's like she was from Macedonia and described as light-skinned blonde, which even for them at that time would have made her a rarity. Because I don't know if most of y'all people have ever known me Greek people, but blonde ain't a hair color that's really prominent. A lot of brown and black hair. That's about it. And no offense, but their women also tend to be, like, hairy. But, yeah, it's one of those that's like... They did the same, like I was saying, they did the same bullshit with Cleopatra. The activist assholes turned her, into a black woman because somebody's stupid nana told them a story that she might have been black one day. She could have been.
Just pushing a narrative.
Well, they seem to forget that it's like she was from Egypt. Egyptians are a people of color, but it ain't African. And they seem to keep forgetting that. Because they're all trying to push whatever bullshit they want to push. And I look at it this way. Change whatever you want to in fantasy. Yeah, I don't like it when you fuck with comics and stuff like that, but it's just comics. I don't like it when you fuck with video games. But when you're talking about fucking with shit like someone's actual culture, like changing the race or beliefs of someone from history, even if the history is kind of loosely based off of stories because there was no fully written record, that's a line that should be crossed. Like, they're already talking about changes that apparently are going to happen in the God of War thing. And I'm sitting here going, okay, yeah, it's a video game, but at the same time, the characters are based off of the original games are Greek and Roman mythology. And then the latest games are Nordic mythology. Now you're getting into, when you touch Nordic mythology, fucking with Nordic religion.
Yeah.
Let's turn the other cheek. Okay, you want to change what Loki and Odin looked like? All right. I want to make Muhammad Asian. How you fucking feel about that, assholes? He could have been. Outer Manchuria expanded all the way to those areas of the world at that time. But yeah, of course, you know, that ain't going to happen because then they'll go all fucking stupid. God forbid they wanted to burn South Park to the ground just because they made a cartoon of him.
Yeah. And they bullied him into getting rid of that episode.
Yep.
And, I mean, I have yet to find it again after that.
That's why my one political rant for the evening. I find it hilarious when you have people cow-tipping to Yahoo and the other side cow-tipping to the other group. When in reality, both religious and political leaders of those either side wouldn't give a flying fuck if you burned and died. Because for 2,000 years, all they've been trying to do is wipe each other off the face of the fucking earth. That's why, you know, America should just do America and tell everybody else to fuck off. We used to make great movies when we didn't stick our noses in political shit into everybody's everybody's toilet. We need to go back to that. We need to go back to just having fun. That's my simple philosophy. Go back to having some fun. There's a reason people are miserable and uptight and their healths are getting crappy. Because nobody relaxes anymore. Nobody's having fun. That's why as much as we bitch on this show, we have fun doing it. It's like, do I get upset when they fuck up Star Wars? Yes. Do I get upset when they fuck up? But I don't get upset to the point where, like, I'm going to tell a family member they're no longer a member of my family. It's an upset of not hatred and ideology. It's an upset of, you know, a parent being disappointed or let down. Mainly because when it comes to entertainment, we have so much amazing shit that we know directions where it could have gone. This isn't speculation. The comics, the books, the fanfare, they're all out there. You know? That's why I just want to see it. That's why some of these shows we're going to watch, like, the next one we're going to jump into is they released a new trailer for Lanterns. And this one is actually better than the first one. And I think the first trailer was just really shitty on the marketing department. So let's see if this...
We were kind of shitting on it a bit before because, I mean, they got rid of a lot of the storyline of what... we were
shitting on it because what they showed wasn't the way it should be shown. They didn't show us anything about how they left a lot out and they brought in a lot that didn't make any sense, and then they're kind of shitting on characters. And it didn't help it that, you know, the asshat writer who thinks he's got Mr. Lindelof, Damon Lindelof, who's a fucking retard, by the way. Look at any interview of that frickin' twerfy little asshole. That's where I got lost from. Lindelof was the idiot that was touted as a visionary because he wrote Lost and then epically fucked the landing. Then jumped to another show and it was touted as great and again, epically fucked the landing. It's because this guy is he's a con man. He's good at shooting a great idea, but had no idea where to take it and how to end it. Which is sadly a lot of writers. I watched the synopsis one time where students were asking the guy, how do you become a great writer? You know what his easiest response was?
What?
You come up with your idea, and you come up with your ending. Then you build everything in the middle. That's where having shows like Stranger Things fuck up. They give a good start, but then they don't know where they want to end it. So then they fill it up with a bunch of filler bullshit, a bunch of unnecessary characters, a bunch of plot armor, and a whole bunch of fucking MacGuffins and mystery boxes. Because a mystery box is literally, any show that uses a mystery box literally is a show that does not know where they really wanted to go. Because a mystery box is the laziest plot device. Hold on. Give me just a second. I'm going to start the trailer because I have seen the first part of this.
Okay, go for it.
This ring, it's the greatest weapon in the universe.
Hey, at least the ring itself looks good.
When and if to use it, that's the whole ball game, Junior.
Did you just use that ring to counterfeit money? No.
Okay, now let's point it out. That is not how their constructs work, but it is kind of funny.
It is kind of funny.
You know how I got it. I sure as hell didn't interview for it.
Oh, shit, maybe you should have. Power like that, shouldn't you have to work for it?
I've been doing this since you were a baby. The only way you're gonna get this ring is over my dead fucking body.
So this is the one concern I have with this show right now.
Okay.
Are we really going to make the original Green Lantern the jaded fucking douchebag white guy that the DEI representation now has to take over the mantle and be the better of the two? Can we not just have the original Green Lantern be kind of jaded because he's been doing this for years and has seen no betterment of anything? Like, I'm hoping they go in the direction that he's just kind of an ass because he's lost people and he's not seen the world get better.
But I mean, it's already showing, you know, the whole DEI thing with this character right now.
Well, I say
like,
DEI,
why does this character even
I say
exist?
DEI in the fact. Okay, I will say DEI not in the sense because the character he's supposed to be playing has always been a man of color, but he was never Hal Jordan's innocent replacement. He was basically just another Lantern. I use the word DEI because of how they're probably going to write this character.
How can he be another Lantern because he's also from Earth?
That I can't answer because I don't remember how. I'm not familiar enough with the Lanterns in the sense of how Hal Jordan and him came to be about at the same time, because technically there were three at one time. You had Hal Jordan, I'm trying to think of his name and I'm blanking on it. You had Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, and him all at the same time, and I think it was due to something that happened on Oa dealing with the Sinestro Corps. Because when Sinestro created the Ring of Fear that worked off of fear, and a lot of the Lanterns went to his side. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to read back up to it before this comes out because there is a lot about the Green Lantern backstories I don't know.
Yeah, and you already know more than me, so like...
Well, yeah, and I'm just going by the few things that I remember reading back in the day, and I know that there's a lot more to it. Mainly because the only time I really ever read the Green Lanterns is when those comics were superseding into another major story arc. Like, they would do, like, one storyline that branched over every comic, so 2 or 3 episodes of that run were carryover... They were crossovers into the bigger story going on.
Yeah, I mean, Green Lantern
like Crisis
was never
on
a
Infinite,
main-time character.
Yeah, like Crisis on Infinite Earths and stuff like that.
I think he likes me.
Everybody is lying to us.
We're not leaving here till we find out what they're hiding. Danger's part of the job. You need to be fearless.
How are you chosen for this?
It's only one question. Are you afraid?
There's Oa.
You afraid?
And that was Sinestro.
Are you afraid?
There's Guy Gardner.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Are you afraid?
I was raised fearless, and I'll do this better than he's ever done it before.
See, that line I don't care for.
John Stewart.
Yeah.
John Stewart, okay, yeah. So see, I don't know. There's a lot. This trailer is definitely a lot better than the first one. It does make me kind of want to watch it just to see where they go. But at the same time, a lot of the dialogue choices make me really question it. Like, it really points down the line of, we're going to bring in this guy, and this guy's just automatically going to do it better than the other guy. And it's like, why do we keep doing this shit? It's like, the last 9 times you fucktards have tried this shit, did it fucking work? Did the fans like it? No, it bombed and was literally toilet water.
Yeah, it's touted as one of the worst movies of all time.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. there might be one more trailer and that may change it. Who knows? I don't know. Then it also raises in the question of, why are they on Earth checking out this town that apparently looks like it's probably going to be, you know, Zeke Smile R Us? That's not what the Lanterns do. The Lanterns handle galactic events. Threats to the entire planet. Not some fucking town, you know, run by a bunch of wankers. So that raises another question. Why are they interjecting that? There's just a lot of fucking questions with that.
Yeah, the small town problems that need to stay small town. They don't need to be a global event.
Small town problems that a Lantern wouldn't even be fucking involved in. So, yeah, I don't know. And speaking of, the next trailer goes into a show, the spinoff of a show that just ended. We have The Boys, Vought Rising.
Oh.
Which, as long as they dump the goddamn allegories, which they probably will have to, because guess what? Homelander's not even born in this one, because this is the prequel. This is Soldier Boy's storyline, and honestly, he was the only good part about the last 2 seasons.
Okay.
You know, if you're working on something, maybe I could help. I want to fight for the flag. I want to be a hero.
Always in church, people say we are in this holy way.
God blessed us with these extraordinary heroes.
There are strange things happening every day. Every day.
See, this works to their advantage in the sense that when you do want to bring up some of the issues they're trying to shoehorn into shit now that really are not as prevalent as everybody wants to cry and claim victim that they are, they actually did exist back in the 50s.
Mm.
So there you go, Hollywood. There's your a perfect thing for you to do right there. You want to tout all your fucking Fruit Loopy as US is, you know, Zeke Smiley as much as fashy thingy that you think it is. Just write stories based in the 40s and 50s. Because that's when it actually was like that, you asshats. You know, when I grew up in the 90s, it wasn't until you fuckers needed to play victim and brought it all back.
There is a brighter future. All we need to do is take it.
And see, that makes me feel the way I did when I saw the first trailer for The Boys before it came out.
Intrigued but still skeptical?
No, I think this will be good because they don't have to write any analogies in it. Everything that they want to tout and preach actually holds merit because it did exist all the way back then. And the only character you know anything about in this show is literally her character, because she's the one that is Stormfront in The Boys. So we already know that is the doctor that creates Compound V. That's his wife, and she's also a fucking Nazi. Or she was. So we already know about her story, and we know where Soldier Boy's ends, but his doesn't end until, I think it's like 20 years after that. Maybe a little longer. It was like mid-70s to 80s is when they put him on ice.
Yeah, because I remember that in the show that he was on ice.
Yeah, basically they got sick of his shit and they gassed him, and when he woke up, the Ruskies had gotten a hold of him. That's when they started experimenting on him and basically turned him into a mobile atom bomb. So, I mean, it shows way more promise. I mean, Mainly because, like I said, if they try to go preachy on anything, it's not going to feel preachy because you're literally showing a representation of a lot of the shit they want to preach and cry about that they say is happening now, which we all know really is not happening at the level they think it is or want to have it as, did actually sadly happen back then.
Yeah.
So that's where I think it's going to work for them. And you don't really need to write anybody as an allegory for the Orange Man because it wouldn't make sense because we'd already had enough political assholes back then that were like that. I mean, hell, one prime example, all you got to do is have a really faithfully adept representation of Senator McCarthy. I mean, do you want to talk about somebody that stripped Americans of their rights going after the fucking commie scare? McCarthy was the biggest asshat of them all. However, though, he wasn't exactly wrong. I mean, they did know for a fact there were and still are to this very day a whole bunch of commie-loving jackasses in Hollywood.
Oh, well, I'm excited to see this one.
Oh, yeah, this one I haven't even watched it. They just better say the line.
They got it.
And which line am I saying they should say?
My cabbages.
No.
Oh.
All I want to hear, because if this is going in the order of the show, there is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Oh, okay. That's the other one.
He's going to fall.
There's a Fire Nation army just beyond the wall.
So far, it looks like the effects, damn, to the bending they did get, they're getting better.
Avatar.
They
You
are.
may be confused.
Say it.
There is no war
Yes!
in Ba Sing Se.
Oh, they did that
Damn.
The Fire Nation hasn't stopped fighting. All over the
shit.
Earth Kingdom, they're waging war.
All right, come on, show us top.
If we're gonna defeat them, I need you
I want to
to
see
teach me
Boomy.
earthbending.
There we go.
There it is.
You're the best earthbender I've ever seen.
This is the Avatar? Zuzu, he's a little boy.
I know, so far we haven't seen no Boomy. Come on. Whoa.
Oh, cool. We get the owl.
Already won.
Damn.
The question is, how much are you willing to lose?
All right, the season's looking damn good.
Yeah. I mean, they already showed Toph in the metal prison.
And they added more hair effect and manipulation effects to Appa.
Yes.
Damn, it's June. God, no,
Wow.
that's right around the corner.
That's looking good. Let's
Yeah,
go.
that really is. Damn, I'm glad I didn't watch that till right now. I'm kind of like speechless because I'm just like, I'm soaking it all in. It's like,
It makes me want to go watch the original and watch the first season again.
oh, I did that before the first season of live action. I'll probably do it again.
Yeah.
I am disappointed. No Boomy, though.
I mean, we're going to get him. You can't do this arc without him, but yes, I would like to see him.
We need Boomy, and we need him riding his coffin like a sled through the city.
Yes.
And Boomy just laughing and acting like the total madman that he is.
Oh, I can't wait to see the part where they get encased in the rock ring.
Yeah. Hold on. I want to look here. Let's see.
But come on, there were two phrases that could have come out of this arc. There's the one that you were looking for. There's no war in Ba Sing Se. And then my cabbages.
Yeah. All right, I'm looking. Let's see here. See you June 25th. We already know that. Give me the goddamn cast. I want to see if they actually I can't remember when we looked at this the last time if
I mean, it's been a moment since we looked.
yeah, if they had said who was going to play Boomy. Oh shit. That's a perfect pick.
Oh, so they did?
Yeah.
Who?
Okay. Have you caught at all on Hulu or whatever the American version of the show Ghosts?
No.
Okay, I'll have to show the picture then because he's on that show. That is a good pick for Boomy. You put long gray hair on him.
Oh,
that is a
shit.
good Boomy. And
That's
this guy
a good
is
Boomy.
This guy is fucking good at physical comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. That honestly, I gotta say that I like that. That's a good pick for Boomy. That really
well, I
is.
mean, we thought they had good picks to start with. I mean,
well, they
across
have
the
so
whole
far.
cast.
Yeah, they really have so far. Like Netflix really has, in my opinion, has gone above and beyond what I expected them to do in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, reality. Well, how should I put it? They went far above and beyond, way above where my low expectations were after that goddamn M. Night Shyamalan movie.
That guy needs to stop making movies, stop making anything.
Oh no! Now
just
his
stop
Nepo,
making
oh
anything.
no! Now his Nepo fucking kids are acting and writing and directing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. All Hollywood is literally Hollywood has become such a rehash, regurgitation of everything that they're now rehashing and regurgitating the actors through their fucking offspring. However, though, a few of them, their offsprings are pretty good. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Johnny Depp's daughter's fucking hot as hell. and a total psychotic train wreck, so that kind of works.
Yeah, that one was kind of expected.
But yeah, no, it's like, when it comes to like yeah, there are only like 2 people I can think of off the top of my head that are part of the Nepo machine, but didn't ride it to its height. And actually everything they have done on their own merit has been really fucking good. And the first one is Francis Ford Coppola's daughter.
Okay.
She, by her own right, is a damn good writer and director. She really is. And the other one...
Well, and didn't you say that like Benedict Cumberbatch, like that's not his like real name or whatever, because it was somebody else that was.
No. What you're thinking about is Nicolas Cage.
That's it.
Nicolas Cage is Francis Ford Coppola's nephew. He changed his name so he wouldn't. For many years at the beginning of his career, nobody knew that was his uncle, and he did that intentionally. I mean, a lot of people know now. The other one that has proven herself again as being phenomenal is, have you watched the show The Pit?
Yes.
Okay, the girl with the glasses, the autistic doctor?
Yes.
Do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
That's Bryan Cranston's daughter.
Really?
Yes. That's Walter White's daughter.
No kidding.
And she literally, in my opinion, has done the best portrayal of a high-functioning autistic person that's ever been put to film. Like, her portrayal is fucking perfect. So much so that the Autism Society has praised her role as being the most true-to-faith, accurate representation of you know, the typical autistic person that is functioning out in the workforce. That whole show is just goddamn good.
Yeah.
Like, just the whole format of the way of doing it, too. Every season is an entire day.
It's a single day.
Single day of their shift. And I love how they don't sugarcoat anything. Like, honestly, even when they brought in the issue of ICE, the way they did it in this past.
Yes.
That's the way you should do it. If you want to gain empathy for people, if you want people to understand how it's affecting real people, that's how you do it. You don't do it preachy. You show it exactly in its rawness, and how that, yes, there are some people that are getting affected, it is fucking with their lives that should not be fucked with. And how it affects departments like an ER or a fucking hospital. That's how you do it. Because even when I watch that scene, as much as, I'm kind of don't care one way or another in my real life about those issues, because let's face it, I was born here, I don't, and everybody I know is here legally, so, and, I watched the entire neighborhood I grow up get destroyed by a bunch of people who weren't. It's funny when you're sitting on your porch one day getting high as fuck, and you see a bunch of cop cars flying, and you think you and your roommates are about to get busted, and no, you see them kick the door to the trailer next to you, and we lost count of how many motherfuckers they dragged out of that place. And then they came over and talked to us, reeking of weed, and didn't care. They even asked us, did you know that was going on? And I literally looked around their face and go, I've only seen one motherfucker ever come out of that place, and that was like the 20th guy you dragged out of there. You filled up 2 school buses. We never saw any of them motherfuckers. Because there were like 40 of them inside there.
Dang. Well, it's like at the last place that I lived at before I moved now, that there was this, old rundown house that was like on some sprawling, land that basically they didn't sell out to the complex that I was living in.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, cool. This is just, a holdout, right? Nothing, not really thinking much of it until you realize that every month there's a new group of people coming in and out of there. There's new vehicles. It's always new. And I'm like, there is something up about this.
Yeah, that rate's right up there when you drive through the front of my neighborhood right now. And you go by this one house that they all moved in there a few months ago. And there's a fully souped up STI with about $20,000 worth of rims on it. Sitting right in front of it is a fully souped up GTR, Nismo edition, and nobody you ever see coming in and out of the fucking house. Yeah.
Yep, I know the one you're talking about.
And their friend showed up the other day with a TRX. Yeah, I'm sorry. My neighborhood ain't the neighborhood for tech bros, so something else going on there. And there ain't no chicks living there, so they ain't OnlyFans girls living there, so yeah, something's up.
Oh gosh, you got to add that into the whole tech bros hanging out, and now you got the OnlyFans.
Yeah, but as I was saying, that scene when that happened, I was actually angry for them. Like the way they were feeling, I felt those same emotions watching that episode, and that is what good fucking writing does. Even if it's an issue you don't understand or don't agree with or don't see it the way the side that everybody sees on the media, that writing was so good that for a second there, it made me double think. It's like, okay, maybe I should start questioning about some of the tactics and some of the shit that's going down, because if things like this are actually going down, that's not right and shouldn't be happening. But then again, as we come through a little bit of a political thing, like I tell one of my friends all the time, I go, your side pulled the pendulum so far in their favor that when they lost grip and it swung back, you can't be bitching that the other side flung it back with even more fucking force. It's like, that's why we're so screwed, because you got two sides fighting over the control of that pendulum, cause it to swing further every time, and the recorrection is worse every time. And then it's affecting everybody in the middle when everybody in the middle doesn't give a flying fuck really what either one of those sides are fighting for.
But then try to jam it down your throat that that's the important issues.
Well, you got to remember, people learn the masterminds behind all this shit learned a long time ago. You can get people to kill their neighbor if they think they are the righteous one. Virtue is literally, how was it?
It's
the
like
saying is
whole
virtue
based off of it.
Yeah, virtuism is the weapon of the vicious. Can't remember who actually said that. But yeah, but no, The Pit, I have told so many people to watch that fucking show. And the funny thing is, the people that turned me onto the show were all in the medical field. And they can't find any fault in it. They watch it and love it because they're sitting there and these are doctors that are watching the wording and everything they're doing. They're like,
yep, that's right.
Yep, that's right. Yep, that happens. Yep, that rare of a condition does pop up once in a while, and those are the signs. It's like they can't find any fault, and that's what I love about it. I mean, it is already earning the tag as the most accurate and best medical drama ever created. And I think the only reason it is because of the timing. Think about it. Half of the things they talk about, half of the things they show, you would not have been able to show on primetime television when shows like Chicago Hope and ER were on. The graphic nature of it, they would have the ratings board would have been like, no, you can't air this. Streaming allows them to fucking be able to do a show that they don't have to worry about that. So here's a side note, people, y'all don't hear from us much. There are things that streaming has done that is good, that has opened the door for shows that would have never been shown. But they need to corral their asses and get back to a standardized formula of release. Or else more shows that are potentially good are just going to fall through the cracks and fail. You can't expect a show that has no history and is trying to build a new fan base to survive when you're dumping it out at the same time other platforms are dumping out shit that already has a hardcore following. People just don't have the time anymore. I mean, I don't know anybody that, like me and my parents used to do, would get home, 5 o'clock you start making dinner, the minute you get home, and by 7:30 everybody was eating dinner on a TV tray watching whatever the show of that day was. Nobody does that anymore.
I think it started with TiVo.
You're right. With the functionality of DVR, it did alter it a little, but you still had people that that changed it to the point where you had people that would record a whole season and binge watch and tell their friends, "Don't tell me fucking shit, or I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I don't want to know what happened last night." It did alter the change. It did alter and change the structure of how people watch it, but you still had. It only came out on a Wednesday. It only came out on a Wednesday. If it was a spring show, it was only a spring show. All that did was change. It created binge watching, and it created people to be able to pause and rewatch and go back. And for some shows, helped them because when you were talking about shows like Fringe or X-Files, where you needed to see everything that's going on, TiVo allowed people to not miss out and get lost.
The same thing happened. It's funny you said Lost. That was
yeah. Well, Lost was also one of those that by season 3 they didn't know where the fuck they were going with it anymore, and you can tell. The first 2 seasons they had a direct course of action. Another show that suffered of that due to the writer's strike, and they didn't know where they wanted to take it, was Heroes. Heroes, the first season was fucking phenomenal, but then the writer's strike happened. And I don't think they knew where they couldn't remember where they wanted to take it, or they didn't even know where to take it. I mean, it's pretty interesting that by the end of this TV show Heroes, everybody's favorite character was the character you were supposed to fucking hate, which was Sylar. I mean, if you think about it, the character that should have been everybody's favorite should have been Hero. Or the younger brother that was the parallel to Sylar. I just can't remember the name of the character right now. The one whose brother could fly.
Okay, yeah.
They were the 2 brothers.
I
can't
remember names to save my life, but
Yeah, well, I don't remember. I remember the actors because the actor that played the character was the one that went on to be the father in the TV show This Is Us. He also played Rocky's son in the last Rocky movie. Before they went to the Creed storylines. But yeah, no. There are ways to correct streaming, but the problem is they don't care to now. They make all their money off of people binging, and they produce so much crap. It's kind of like where YouTube's the same. YouTube and streaming, they're all kind of linked together. They're not marketing towards us, people that actually appreciate things, people that build collections and rewatch things. They're trying to build everything to these 10-second brained retards who can't even fucking read. You got an entire generation growing up that literally do not have parents that are bringing all these old things to them anymore. And they're
all based on an iPad.
Yeah, well, they're all sucked up into their stupid phones. That's what I'm saying. The minute YouTube went to slop and shit like TikTok came about, you instantly brain rotted 50% of the population that's alive.
I mean, and even before that with Vine. I mean, Vine wasn't as bad, but it was a chink in the armor.
Yeah, well, what filled it up is the 10-second formula, and then YouTube bringing on shorts, Facebook even doing their short format. Just the whole idea of shorts, it's dumb. It should have never happened. Like, the only thing, shorts existed, it was called a trailer. It led you into wanting to watch the full fucking thing. I just can't stand it. Like, half of my feed, I have to scroll through all this dumbass shit. And the worst part is, especially when it comes to these damn girls, they're all replicating what the last one just fucking did. There's nothing original. It's 10,000 videos of every bitch doing the same dumb fucking 10-second retard dance.
Yeah, I think that those, the social media dances are the worst things in the world.
Oh, the social media dances are the same dumb joke. And fucking all Instagram has turned into is the PG-13 rated of every bitch's OnlyFans and Fansly link. And the short format on Instagram is even more atrocious. Like, I could turn on my phone right now and I will have to, if I go to I will have to scroll, and the weird part is I'm not following any of these people, so why the fuck is it in my feed? It's all these chicks, and they're never the same. Like, one will be a goth, one will be this, one will be Asian, one will be black, one will be this. And they're all the same 10-second video with the same subtitle. All of them are doing the same motion. It's literally them simulating that they're going up and down, and it literally says, "He said we're just friends after one beer." I have seen literally thousands of those come across my feed. And I'm like, why is this even in my fucking feed? It's like, I follow tattoo artists, photographers, videographers, airsoft people, and coffee people. I don't have no e-hos that I follow. So if the algorithm is supposed to be doing what it's supposed to be doing, why am I seeing all these fucking whores?
Because they're pushing an agenda.
It's just bullshit, man. Talking to a friend the other day about all of this. And to prove how brainwashed he is, and if he's watching, you know you are the one I'm talking about. We brought up the OF and the effects on society and the 10-second generation. More expanded on what we're talking about right now.
Okay.
You want to know what his dumbass response to the OF and OF type situation is?
What?
He has no problem with it because it's giving these girls independence. I literally, like, we were talking over the phone. If he was in front of me, I would have really looked him right in the face, walked over to my computer, and turned on all of the people who suck the Smurf dick, who word for word say that same goddamn response, and then look at him and say, "And you're not in a cult, motherfucker?" Independence my ass.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm looking at him like, do you even know the fucking statistics that literally only about 10% of the women that are on that platform are even in any level of a top earning spot? That 90% don't make high revenue out of that. That a good 50% of that 90 barely even see 500 a month from doing it. It's like, it's not giving anybody independence. It's not making them strong. It's literally degrading them and demoralizing society and causing so many adverse psychological issues to the people that buy, watch, and promote it. And it just blows my mind that people can actually think in any level it's a good idea. And this is the same idiot. And yeah, I'm calling you an idiot, you Greek freak. That 10 years ago would have opposed it. That 10 years ago would have wanted to have nothing to do with any woman that was on something like that. Like, I'm sorry, I think the world was better when the porn industry had as many gatekeepers as it had. That when it was literally segregated to Sherman Oaks, California. Now it's everywhere. And it's just, I'm sorry. I see so many bad things that that's causing.
Yep, anybody with a camera.
Well, that's kind of what degraded YouTube, too. It was supposed to be you broadcasting yourself. But that didn't mean that, you know, everybody was supposed to, you know, make it. And that's what happened. A lot of people started making that really shouldn't have made it for no obvious reason. They should have, you know, got as big as they did. And then now it's just a machine to pump out the content. There is no real creativity to it. And the poor people that actually are creative, the poor people that actually are artistic are failing. Because they can't keep up with these fucking people that, you know, are pumping out this shit every fucking day. Like, yeah, I think they said, who was it? Was it Jacksepticeye, I think, said it. As much as I enjoy some of the things, well, the earlier things Mr. Beast used to do, now the videos are just becoming very, very demented.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, how much money can I throw around?
Oh, no. They're becoming literally our world's version of the Hunger Games. I'll pay $200,000 to whoever can stay in this store the longest. Dude, the amount of psychological shit that will fuck with someone's head after a month of no TV and no social interaction. Like, I love all these people in the comments of that video. They're all like, oh, I could do this for 6 months. I could do it. It's like, no, you wouldn't. It's like you would start losing it. It's like
people don't understand how isolation really affects people.
That's because none of them have ever been in prison. It fucks with you, isolation. But what fucks with you even more is when you're isolated in an area with a whole bunch of people that are the worst of humanity. That's another reason why I love it. I love that when people try to write redemption and story arcs and get it wrong. It's like all these idiots writing bad guys as the misunderstood. They're not evil. They're just misunderstood. It's like, bitch, go to a prison for a week and stay in a room with someone that's a class 3 or above.
Yeah, like, people don't realize there really is true evil in this world.
Oh, yeah. And
it's not as far-fetched and a faraway island as a lot of people like to believe.
Nope. They're in every city in a nice building that they can't get out of, where they rightfully should be permanently. Because I met a few that, yeah, there was no humanity left in them at all. They did not care about anybody or anything at all. Like, I encountered one guy that I can say is the only person I have ever met in my life that being around him, every hair stood up on end. Being around him, hearing him talk just made you sick to your stomach and chills. Like, he was so unnerving, you would get sick around him. And lo and behold, he was arrested. He was being held to be extradited for murder and literally was bragging at the fact that the one they got him for, they missed like the other 30. And didn't care. He didn't fucking care at all. People were not people to him. They were cattle. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And after that experience, that's when my entire thinking process of humanity changed. Because once you meet real evil, that's what irritates me the most when you see these stories and they're like, he was arrested 37 times, then why the fuck is he still out? Or like the poor girl in the subway, 17 times. What the fuck? While I can understand where people are coming from when they want to play good and give people a second chance, I think after like the 5th time, there is no more chances.
Yeah, like there's a time and place for second chances, but you get past that pretty quick.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is you look at a lot of these ones recently. What blew my mind is you look into them. You look into them and you're like, okay, yeah, well, person's been arrested 16 times. That in and of itself is not as bad as some people would make it out to be, because hell, I know somebody that's been arrested 20 times but never charged because he was literally just the guy who was the poor kid next to a rich neighborhood and they just wanted to fuck with him. He was the scapegoat for everybody. Did he ever actually do any of those things they accused him? No. He was just a guy they could fuck with. But when you look at somebody who's been, arrested 20 times and, the first 2, theft of a Cracker Jack box, stole some food, this, that. But then the 7th and 8th one was burglary, assault and battery, attempted murder, grand theft auto. It's like, this is an escalation, motherfuckers. There is no more chances for this person. This is lock them up, throw away the key. Because by that point, they don't care and they've been institutionalized. So yeah, send writers to prison. They'll learn how to write real evil again. People are always a great activist for change until the motherfuckers get assaulted or robbed themselves.
It's why I like the shows like, I guess it's not that name anymore. On Patrol Live, right? Following cops. Like, you may not like cops one way or another.
The more the days go by, the more I hope my wish comes true to be a sentient interstellar warship so I can leave Earth forever.
That's a new anime right there.
Not me. I want to build. I want somebody to build a cube in superposition. Because I want to go visit all the different versions of this Earth. And finally find the one where none of this shit's going on. I don't need to leave this planet. I just want to find the different version of it. And hopefully one where, like, I'm rich as fuck. Really don't care about that. I just want to go, I want to see different realities. That's what I would love to see. I don't care to drop out into the infinite void. I want to see more. I want to see other. I want to be like Sliders. I want to jump to a different world and see all the different changes.
You don't want to boldly go into the universe. I forget the actual line. So Shark, hate me for it. I forget
to
the
boldly
line.
go where no one has gone before.
There we are.
To seek out new life and new civilizations.
Yeah, that's not me, dog.
No, not me, for the simple fact that I know my luck. I'd go out into the void and see all this amazing stuff, and then the first planet I come across, they'd be like, your people seem barbaric. We're going to kill you and follow where your ship came from. And then I die, and then 2, I die knowing I'm the guy that just fried everybody else.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely a red shirt. Just boom, instantly. Not even step foot completely on the planet. Just boom, right there on the ramp.
Or if anything, man, I'd love to jump in the future, see where everything lands. I'm just curious. Because where we're heading now, I don't see a Star Trek future happening. I see where everything is going right now. I see more something closer to Equilibrium or A Brave New World being our future.
All right.
Especially with places like UK and everybody getting as motarded as they've gotten. I mean, seriously, how motarded and ballless and spineless do you have to be to you come to a scene of an incident where someone is running away bleeding and you put them in cuffs, not the asshole with the knife, and then you let the poor guy bleed to death? That's just fucking stupid.
I agree. I think that we're going to get to the point, like, we've talked about it before, that one episode of Orville, where it's a social media society, and it's all based on your popularity score. Just like China is.
Come on, Wolf, you don't want to full send it into the void listening to us to
the movie Day After Tomorrow.
Well, no. I'm trying to wonder what Entity said. He said,
oh.
You don't want to full send it into the void.
Oh.
You said listing to West Virginia. Were you trying to say listening to something? I don't know. We'll wait to see if he responds. No. Sharks one was no, the future. If future is a movie, it's The Day After Tomorrow. I'm trying to remember. How did Day After Tomorrow go?
Hi, Shark. We miss you too, bud.
Yeah. Hope you start feeling better, man. He got auto texted. So let me take a guess. If it said of West Virginia, were you trying to say jumping into the void, listening to Sweet Home Alabama? I'm screwed then on popularity. No, Shark. I got you saying Day After Tomorrow. But Entity's last one, we were wondering what he said because Autotext decided to fuck up his response. I hate Autotext, man. Is it me or ever since AI got implemented Autotext, it's gotten even stupider?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, like I've seen where, again, it's on YouTube, so we'll see how it is. But where it's like people get a hold of like these in China phones, right?
It's not Shark. It's Miss Shark right now. I forgot she came in tonight.
That's right.
Take me home, West Virginia, to the place I belong. Oh, you're talking about John Denver. That's the song he's saying to hop out into the void is John Denver. You know, it's the Take Me Home, Country Home.
Yeah. I know
that's what he's talking about. I don't know, man. If I was going to jump out into the void rocking to a song, I think it would be Fortunate Son.
just hanging out of a space helicopter.
No, Miss Shark just said it correctly. Yeah, it's good. John Denver, Country Roads.
Yes.
I always remember that song because in the second Kingsman movie, Merlin detonates the mine he's standing on singing that song.
I forgot about that. You're right.
Another amazing actor, man, Mark Strong. That's why I want Squadron 42 to come out, man. I just want to see all the cut scenes. So it's going to be a badass little mini movie. Man.
I mean, shoot, Star Citizen's at that point where it's, if all you're doing is watching it, it just looks like a movie.
Yeah. No, it is visually one of the most beautiful games I have ever played. Like, when they finally get a ship close to gold standard, I am blown away by how much fucking detail and how many little things they've added in. Like, all the way down to, the Tiburon. When you fire up the laser, all of the ballast, so you got the whole spinning structure of the lance. I don't call it a laser, I call it a lance. Of the lance in the center of the ship on the top. Then you've got all these port exchangers. All the port exchangers flip open in stage, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, all the way down on both sides. Then they start sucking in and then firing out exhaust flames then the actual spindle of the lance starts spinning, and it spins so fast that it heats up and creates arc sparks all over the top of it, and then the lance fires.
That's cool.
That's just on the weapon of the ship. Now think about the rest of it.
I don't know. See, I wouldn't know anything about that because y'all just stick me in the engineering room and say, all right, get to work, rat.
Oh, damn, dude. That is a... dude, Entity, I have not heard that song in forever, but that's a good song. Space Lord by Monster Magnet.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was a good... Monster Magnet was actually a very underrated band, man. They never really did get where they should have. Because at the time they came out, they got overshadowed by, like, Rob Zombie and Power Man 5000 and all these other bands that used a whole lot of gimmicks and sound alterations and stage shows. Monster Magnet literally was just 5 guys on a stage with instruments, the lead singer standing in front, and he'd have a fan on him, and that was it. Just pure rock and roll is rock and roll. And everybody else was all doing the side shows, because that was the era of Rob Zombie's first solo album. Marilyn Manson's Antichrist Superstar was out. Like, they were just shit realm of luck of when they came out that there was no way they could headline a show with all the spectacles that everybody else was at that time. And let's face it, Power Man 5000 really only got as good as it was because they had a leg in. Spider, the lead singer, is Rob Zombie's little brother. Nah, Space Lord would be a better song entity, way better. So, on that note, I think this is a good point to hit
it's a
for
good
the night.
stopping point.
Yeah. So, what do you got going on for the next 2 weeks?
Let's see. Well, I mean, it's Memorial Day weekend, so we're going to do Memorial Day weekend things. Got my brother's birthday coming up this coming week, so we're going to be celebrating that. It's going to be a good time. Outside of that, probably go see Mandalorian and Grogu. It has Star Wars in it, so I'm going to go see it. Even if it ends up being bad, I'm going to see it. Because that's just who I am as a Star Wars fan. But then I definitely can't wait for, was it, you said June 5th?
Yeah, June 5th.
I even forget the name of the show. But, June 5th we got coming out, so it'll be fun.
Cool. Well, the first time I heard the song was from a Dead Game, Space Lords. It was a fun game, but look at the trailer, but keep it muted because it uses the song. We'll put it on for next show, man. I'll put it on the list, and I'm definitely going to check it out, too, because I didn't know that... I don't remember ever hearing about the song being used in a game or anything. I know a lot of TV shows and movies used it, especially they used it cutting out the vocal and just using that badass fucking guitar riff that's in it. Yeah, for me, just working on this room, getting cameras back up so I actually have a camera functioning again. Potentially trying to still look for other work because I'm really getting sick of driving around all these assholes in San Antonio every fucking day.
Yeah.
Like, today sucked. Within 5 minutes...
It was really rainy.
Oh, it was raining. Within 5 minutes, I almost got hit 4 fucking times. That's just getting out of my side of town. Gets even worse when you get to get around all the stupid yuppies in Bernie. Yes. I don't mind the country folks, so if Bernians are listening, I love me OG Bernies. But I think y'all can agree with me. All the goddamn yuppies that have moved in there need to fuck off. The game uses the full song and... Oh, wow. Damn.
That's cool.
All right. Hold on. What did he say? So the game is actually called Space Lords? I'm writing that down. So I don't forget. All right. We'll definitely check that out. Because Entity, we've actually been thinking about doing like a game list. Because we did the movie one.
Yeah.
But we haven't done one about games. And there are a hell of a lot of cool games, especially games that didn't survive, that should have survived, that are definitely
that could
worth
be a good
shouting
long-form video that we put out. We do it for the movies, do it for the shows, do it for the games.
Yeah, maybe. But there's a lot of people that do that, though, too.
Yeah, there is.
I'm thinking it'd be kind of cool to just have everybody come up with a list and we actually watch some things of these games. Because it'd be interesting if we find some games that we don't find any videos of. I know of a few, 2 games especially, that I loved playing that I've never seen videos of them on YouTube. In fact, I've tried to find the games on eBay and I can't find them. I think they were just ones that came and gone so fast that they ended up in landfills. So, which sometimes is not a bad thing, man. Look at all these motherfuckers that held on to the ET game from Atari. They made bank on those games.
That they did.
Kind of wish I had, because I had that goddamn game. I actually played that stupid game. Hey, man, for Atari, anything that was more than black and white, when you go from Pong, anything in 3-bit color was like, woo! Then it went to 6-bit, and then to 12-bit, then to 16 and 32. It just kept coming and going.
And now we got something like Star Citizen, and it's just insane.
Well, you got even more than that. Jesus Christ. I mean, look at fucking Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
I was playing that earlier today, and I forgot with the new update. Like, when you have a graphics card and a system that can handle it, and you put everything all the way up, Night City is alive. Like, it's insane the amount of people walking around, the conversations they're having. There is a whole... Like, you just stand on a corner, and there's a whole story unfolding around you with all the people around you. But if you have a system that can't do the crowd, like, at full level, then it kind of doesn't do the same thing. You only got, like, 7 NPCs at a time around you, and they're not really doing shit except walking. But when you fully crank it up, yeah, it's pretty impressive. Cool. So, all right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining in. We will see you on 2 weeks at the same time, 7:30. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe below. We have a link to our Discord in there. We'd love to hear from you. Entity, good to see you again. Miss Shark, glad to see you hopping in. Tell your hubby we hope he's feeling better, and we will talk to both of y'all later. Until then, everybody, as always, stay heavily caffeinated and heavily opinionated. We'll see you in 2 weeks.